How you doing, Star? We live right now.
Hi, Octavius. How are you?
I'm doing good.
That's good.
Um, I think the people want to know before we even get into anything, how you feeling after this whole, ordeal of you coming back out or people rediscovering you after this, the events that have taken place in the last 10 days or so.
Well, I feel I feel a bit of closure because I'm able to have a platform to actually get my side of the story out. I felt a little bullied 4 years ago because what was happening was it was a colossal of different hi sweethearts, how are y'all? Thank y'all for coming. It was a colossal of different social media groups that actually shadow banned me. So what they were doing were they was putting out all of this bad information about me, but not allowing me to be on their platform to kind of tell my story. And they were like putting titles out there that I had no control over. Like, remember I was telling you like the whole thing when they were like, oh, so and so's roommate. Like, and we were trying to write letters to get that taken down, and we just didn't have any
Yeah.
type of we weren't getting any they nobody was cooperating with us. So it was like the narrative was being pushed against my will. And now that I have a platform, like your platform, to actually put my story out there, and listeners like all you all on here that are supporting me now, it does make me feel better because what y'all have to understand is that I'm human, and I have feelings just like anybody else. um it's not fun and it's not easy being cyberbullied by the entire world. It's not fun. It's not easy being shunned and isolated. You know, I've been going through a lot of mental abuse, even though I don't look like it. And some people might say that I'm playing the victim or whatever the case may be, but I don't play victim. I'm just honest. Um,
Hmm.
and I'm just really thankful to God that I was able to get over this hump. I think one of the most healthiest parts of my trauma when I was going through all of this in the last 4 years was holding you tightly as a friend. And
Yeah.
I think that that was the most healthiest thing. That was all it took, all the healthiness in me that I had to actually choose and pick right. Um, and I'm just thankful for that now that I actually chose right as a friend in my time of struggle and my time of mental anguish.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So
and and, and for a lot
mhm,
of people, they don't know that, I've been called a lot of things since this whole ordeal. Um, and I guess I was, good at articulating your grievance, right?
uh-huh,
But like 4 years ago, I was there too. That's
yeah,
what people don't understand. And we went
mhm,
to multiple shows, and we told the public exactly the same thing that we told them a couple of weeks ago.
yes,
And it's just that now people believe. And even back then, there was no clout to chase at that point. You know, you, your image was severely tarnished.
yeah.
And
And then you know what else too? I really like no one like the images that they have of me on YouTube. They don't even really represent me. Like I don't even look like that. Like I was telling you, I was like, I said those images on YouTube, I look so ugly. Like and you like don't call yourself ugly, but I'm like, it doesn't even look like me. It looks like my evil stepsister. Like they
yeah,
just they just didn't represent my images or anything. Like, when you see the pictures, I look all crazy and like they literally had me looking like a the black single white female. Like I'm actually this hater, older, washed up chick, and I'm like, this is not even who I am. It's like totally the opposite of everything that I represent. And I think that's another reason why I was cursing and going off. So all of you guys that heard me cursing and going off on a tangents and stuff, I want to apologize to y'all because y'all didn't deserve that. And I know that it's not ladylike to be out here cursing and acting a fool. But I need y'all to understand one thing. I'm really not a drama filled woman. I don't really understand drama. I'm not used to drama. I'm used to going out there, making my money, helping other people, being beautiful, and just being business orientated. So when drama approached me, I felt like a cat in a corner. And when you put a cat in a corner, they just start scratching and going crazy and going everywhere. So I
Yeah.
think me cursing and lashing out and doing all that stuff, I think it was because I really just didn't know how to handle the battle that came to me. Like, it's hard when a battle comes to you and you're not looking for it, or you don't expect it to come. And then
Hmm.
you're getting hit from all types of angles and all types of different directions. And it's like, wait a minute, I didn't know I had beef with you. 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 And I'm just like this cat in the corner. And next thing you know, I'm like, ah! And then everybody's like, oh, she's
Yeah.
ignorant,
Yeah.
she's crazy. And I'm just like, oh my God, I'm not ignorant, I'm not crazy. I'm such a lady, but I don't know how to handle this right now. So
Yeah.
I think that's why y'all been hearing me cursing and going off like I have been. But now that I'm in it, and now that I've heard myself online, and I'm very, very embarrassed, but I'm gonna keep it because it was true and it was real and it was from the heart. I'm a little embarrassed, though. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. But y'all not gonna get that from me no more. Hopefully, I don't get no other surprise attacks. Where out, because everybody know about my mental health situation. Yeah. So
Yeah.
and as far as my mental health situation is concerned, I'm not volatile, guys, and it has nothing to do with parenting or social stuff. It's all army stuff. In the military, when I was in Iraq, I was in an IED, which is um, an incoming explosive device bomb, and I hit the back of my head on a concrete pillar, and I was knocked unconscious. And
Hmm.
I've seen a lot of deaths, so I get a lot of different not to talk about, because not to put my health stuff out there like that, but sometimes my visions are blurry, sometimes I get a lot of headaches, I get aggravated really quickly, and I have night terrors. And this comes from that impact that I had. We've been doing a lot of testing. I've been doing loads of therapy. I've had MRIs done. I've had everything you could name to make sure that we're not just creating issues. So I am a, a, a wartime veteran, and I was hurt during my service duties. And
Yeah.
I'm happy to be alive because I actually could have died.
Yeah.
So yeah. And my battle buddies that were with me, they are deceased. They died.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Pretty soon we're gonna do a show on some of your friends that you serve with.
Okay.
Probably later this week.
Okay, and also
Yeah.
I'm also a victim of being fragmented as well. If any of you guys know what that is, not that I'm throwing this all out, but I just kind of want to let y'all know how the whole, all the aggravation stuff is just a whole colossal stuff.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah. So I think it's important. Like later on, we're gonna do a video with some of your army pals. A
Okay.
lot of them couldn't make it tonight, but it's fine
Yeah.
because really we're gonna talk about that. But also, like it was a blogger years ago that accused you of doing witchcraft against them and all that kind of stuff. And I know you
Okay.
want to clear.
So
Yeah.
Okay, so word on the street is that I burn candles for men. I burn candles for love. I've prayed for people to be obsessed with me, and I did witchcraft. Okay, so my dad's side of the family, you guys can ask my mom. They're Native American, full-blooded Native American. My mom's side is West Indian, so not so much. But my grandmom is full-blooded Cherokee Indian, and my dad is also full-blooded, and so is his dad. And his dad was a deacon in the church, so it's a family tradition on my dad's side to burn candles. So I grew up in a household where we burn candles, just like Henry the Eighth. Henry the Eighth, the king, he burnt candles
Mm.
because his son was sickly and he didn't want his son to die, so he burnt candles. And years ago, you had different churches that would burn candles for their kings and their queens to make sure, the love is ignited and stuff like that. So Like if I have like Octavius, for example, he's my friend. So I have a
Mm,
friendship candle that I burn for Octavius. It's just like it doesn't have anything to do with witchcraft, but it bonds us. Like I'm bonding me and Octavius together. Like this is my friend. I want to make sure that no evil entities can enter. It's just like a family tradition. So I've done it for other people that may not have really known what I was about. And I think the bloggers, what they were doing was they were doxing my phones, like they were listening to my phone conversations through
mm-hmm.
Apple or either some type of spyware they had, and or they was either watching what I order on my credit cards or on Amazon, and they see me ordering candles, and I guess they listened in, but I don't think they really understood the extent of me burning candles. And matter of fact, now that you brought candles up, because I this is a new candle company that I use. It's called Shaman's Dawn, and they're really
Mm-hmm.
really good. I love them. But I wanted to tell you guys, if there's anybody out there that does burn candles, not to get off the topic, but I do want to throw this out there. I have changed the way that I burn candles now. So I don't pray an a la carte. I don't ask for money anymore. I don't ask for love anymore. I don't ask for to lose weight anymore. I don't burn candles in the name of those things anymore. Now all I do is burn candles for happiness. So whatever makes me happy, it just comes to me, and whatever doesn't, because I feel like the universe has eyes and ears that we don't, and the universe knows what's best for you. Because sometimes the things that you want, if you don't know what's behind that curtain, they may not be for you, and the universe knows that. So I stopped doing that. I don't burn candles anymore for a la carte things, but for so singular things. It's only for happiness, because I feel like I'm so in tune with nature now, and I'm so much more closer to God now, that I just want God to decide. But all I want to do is ask and beg God to make me happy. And you know, every church that I've ever gone to, we've had candles. We do communion and stuff like that. And I always thought that when you burn candles, it's about a matter of the heart for someone. As long as it's
Mm-hmm.
organic and you feel like, I don't believe that if a guy doesn't like you, or a female doesn't like you, you should burn candles for them to like you, because anything that you have to force is not of God. But if it's organic, then I don't think anything is wrong with it. So as far as them talking about me burning candles and all that stuff for a husband, or
Mm-hmm.
burning candles and doing witchcraft on people, I'm a woman of God. I don't do that. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that's
Mm-hmm.
that's absolutely not my thing. I don't play with God. I wouldn't be blessed like I am if I was that way. God is a fair God. I don't know what everybody else here believes, but I believe that God is a fair God. And I know for a fact that if I was a demonic person or witch, like these people have made me out to be, I would not have been coming this far. So through all of this.
Yeah.
So that answer, but yeah, so this is my favorite candle company. It's called Shaman's Dawn. So anybody out there who burns candles, this is like the bomb company. I love their candles. They smell so good. They use like the dopest wax, and yeah, so it's my tradition. My family's been burning candles for years, and it has nothing to do with voodoo.
Mm-hmm. Oh, now let me ask you. Do you know Cameo Lawrence?
Yes, Cameo was in Iraq with me actually. Is she
Oh,
here?
okay, let me bring him on.
Yeah,
Bring him
she
on.
taught me how to swim, and she was in Iraq
Okay.
with me as well.
How you doing, Cameo? Well, they're in the studio now, so.
Oh, they are.
Uh.
Who else is here?
Oh no, just Cameo. I seen
Okay.
him cam up earlier, but I just
Yeah,
want to make sure we
Cameo
didn't get.
has a lot. Cameo has a lot to say about me. She was in Iraq with me, and she also taught me how to swim. So
Oh, okay.
yeah, we've
So
been
Cameo,
friends.
you in the studio? If you're still there, you can cam back up, and I'll put you on the stream.
She's one of my
How you
favorites.
doing? Oh, Miss Barbara's here. Remember her from Conscious TV?
Hi, Miss Barbara. How are you? I hope everything is
Yeah.
going well with you. I apologize for doing all that cursing in the last show that we had, Miss Barbara. I apologize because I want to respect my elders. You know.
Hmm.
Uh huh.
Yeah. Give a quick shout out to everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Mia
Shout out to
Jones,
Mia
V
Jones.
Bennett.
Um,
Uh,
I like a bit tired. Oh, that's my homie. A bit tired.
yeah.
And Beta, it's another one named Beta.
Saida.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's so many of y'all, and I'm like new to this, so I
Hmm.
can't remember all y'all, but I love all y'all. Thank y'all so much. Thank y'all for
Yeah.
doing this for me. So
Look like look like one of my friends
you
is
better
here.
do it.
A Holder. She was in a me and her dated for a while back way back. She's out here. A Holder. She
Mhm.
served in Korea, South Korea, back in 2002. I remember.
So, and I
So
want to tell you girls too. I know they say don't make announcements, but I'm making this announcement because it's already in the work. I got a diet book coming out called A Whole Diet, and I'm also opening up a kitchen show. I know there's a lot of kitchen shows in the world. We got Martha Stewart, we got a whole lot of different people, but this is going to be a whole diet. This is going to be Starmarie's diet, my personal diet. So all of y'all that's banging with me, coming this summer, anybody who wants to be on a whole diet, is inexpensive, it's effective, and it's going to get your skin pretty. It's going to make your hair grow. It's going to make your body slim. It's going to make your tongue white and your tongue pink. Your eye white's white. Like it's a full body. Like I'm just going. Y'all gonna get in the kitchen with me and we're gonna do our thing. So I have a lot of stuff in the works that's coming up. So it's very important for me to actually have these shows because I know that don't nobody want to follow somebody that they don't like, you know.
yeah,
And
yeah.
and it's not so much that I'm trying to persuade y'all to like me, but I just want y'all to have my side of the story so that you can at least have an open perspective because I'm definitely not trying to be the villain of the people.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and also I think a lot of people did like one of the bases of our friendships that made us so close throughout the years, like knowing each other almost 12 years now. We used to talk about herbs and different diets and vitamins and all that kind of stuff for hours and stuff. You know what I'm saying? On the phone, talking about that. Watching Dr. Sabi videos and other herbalists and stuff on YouTube together. So you know, like yeah, we're real friends, and that's one of the things that brought us together. And a lot of times when I had issues or whatever, with skin, weight, or whatever, I would reach out to Starry, and she knew what she was talking about. So
yes.
you know,
Oh, and that's another thing about me getting all this body work done. That's not true. The only
hmm
thing that I got done was my breast. Everything else is completely natural. So if y'all heard
hmm
that online, X that out. I did try to get a Brazilian butt lift. I tried. I went overseas to get it, but I didn't have enough fat in my stomach for them to do the surgery. So I basically wasted a plane ticket and I just had some other stuff done. I had the vampire facial done. I never told anybody online, but just to let you guys know, I did attempt to get the Brazilian butt lift. I did pay for it, but once the doctors and stuff saw me, they weren't able to forego the surgery. So
hmm
I was embarrassed, and I just didn't tell anybody that I went all the way up to Colombia just to turn back around. So I do not have no body work done. Um, I've been in the military since age 17. I was in ROTC at age 14. I've been working out and going to the gym and all that stuff pretty much all my life. But this new diet that I have, the system, you're not going to need to work out in a gym for it to be effective. Um, I don't want to make any. I'm not a doctor, and I'm not a medical person. So just so I don't get sued or anything, um, I believe. I'm not gonna say I believe that if you stick to my diet, after about 2 weeks, you'll lose 1 pound a day until you get to your plateau weight, which means that
hmm
everybody has a certain BMI that works for their genetic system. So, like mine's is 120. So I weigh 120 pounds now. And I'm not going to get any smaller than 120 eating regular because that's my plateau weight. I'm 5'5" and I'm 120 pounds and I have a 22-inch waist, right? That's my
hmm
body. That's my body frame. And then you may have another girl who her body frame is like a 140 or a 160. It just really depends on what your genealogy or genetics are. So the diet that I'm going to be putting out there is going to get people to their natural normal weight, and they're going to stay there. So
Yeah.
yeah, so somebody said that I had plastic surgery on my face too. I didn't. The the um the videos and stuff that y'all see on YouTube of me, those don't look like me. They don't even represent me. Um, I'm not even that dark. Not saying I love dark girls. Trust me, I love y'all. Like my grandmother was chocolate, and that was my baby. That was my favorite. But I'm just saying, like they really have. It just doesn't look like me. So I didn't have
Mhm.
plastic surgery. I don't Photoshop. I mean, sometimes I put filters on my stuff on Instagram and Facebook. For the most part, I'm really who I say I am. So that's why I decided to get on live on this cheapo webcam and just kind of like give you guys a view so y'all know that y'all dealing with a real person.
Uh, I'm gonna just ask you this one question. You don't have to
Mhm.
go into depth about it, but what is one of your secrets to looking youthful? I mean, because you look like you're like 23 years old.
Okay, so well, eating eating right for your blood type is number one because what you have to understand, and okay, my biggest one is the water. The water is important. Water is important as far as the molecular structure of the water that you drink. So I drink distilled water. I don't drink spring water because drinking spring water is like eating a plate of dirt after I've done my research. It's worse than tap water. It doesn't even go through a reverse osmosis system. So what happens is when you drink spring water or you drink tap water, the molecular structure is too heavy, meaning that it
Mhm.
already has dirt in there. So when it goes inside the body, it
Yeah.
is too heavy to carry out toxins that are in the body because it's already coming in there with dirt. So there is just not doing its
Well,
job.
let me help you out real quick because I studied chemistry in college, and it's talking about the tap water, spring water has a higher parts per million, so they call it pp in science. So parts per
So
million. So the still water has zero. But go
so
ahead.
distilled water has zero, so it's dense,
Mhm.
and
Yeah.
it has enough room in the molecular structures to actually collect the toxins from the body and carry them through the system. Like, see, your system has streams in it. It's just streams. You're not just drinking water and just boom, it's just going down. That's not the way it works. You have it's streams. It's like it's
Mhm.
a whole bunch of little reservoirs, rivers. They're like little veins, just thousands and hundreds and thousands of them. Your body is made up of two parts, two liquids, lymphatic fluids and blood fluids. The lymphatic fluids is what's around each organ in the body. And the lymphatic fluids, they pick out all the toxins from the organs, which is your your lungs, your thyroid, your brain, your heart, those things. That's called the endocrine system. So the lymphatic fluids is getting all the toxins out of the endocrine system. You need the endocrine system to create new blood. And then it gives it to the blood system where that's where the water comes in. And then the blood carries these toxins from the endocrine system down to the liver and kidneys, and then you start making new blood. But if you have bad water, then you're making bad toxins in your body, and you're getting wrinkles, and you're not replenishing yourself. So you're gonna
Mhm.
get dull after a while. You're gonna look dirty after a while because you're drinking dirt. You're not washing. You have to clean your inside just like you clean your outside. So I think my number one thing that keeps me bright eyed, bushy tail, and keeps me from anti aging is my water. And that is
Mhm.
like the number one. So whenever I do kitchen shows or whenever I do dietitian shows or whenever I consult people or help friends and family, the first thing I tell them is don't change anything in your diet yet. Change your water for a month and a half and then come back to me and tell me what happened. So right now, if you didn't change anything in your diet right now and you just drink distilled water for about 3 months straight, and you could take a picture of today and then take a picture in 3 months and you put the two pictures together, you would see a tremendous amount of difference. Um, and I know that after I stopped stripping, I got on my spring water kick right away. So and I've been drinking spring water ever since. So, and I'm gonna have a
Hmm.
lot of classes on that. But I mean, not spring water. I meant to say distilled water. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Smack my
yeah,
mouth.
still water. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one of my things that keep. It also helps your hair grow. If you drink a gallon of distilled water a day, your edges and everything will start growing back so pretty. So
Hmm.
yeah. So that's the main thing right there that keeps me from uh aging quickly. There's other factors as well, but that is like the easiest, most cheapest way that women and men, especially, I really like to gear myself towards the poverty and the pain and the ghettos and stuff because our children
Oh,
and the only reason why I'm saying
so
our children.
I got your friend here, so I'm gonna bring him in.
Okay, okay.
What's going on, Cameo? Are you there?
She can.
All right.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I guess your audio is you got to straighten out your audio settings if you want to be able to talk. But go ahead.
mhm.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I think that that's one of the things. Also, um, cellulite is it disappears when you change your water. I believe I'm not a doctor or a scientist, but I do believe that spring water is the culprit of cellulite and obesity because I'm a '70s baby, and back in the '80s when I was growing up in the '90s, um, it was not a lot of thick women. They were not a lot of heavy set women. Most of us were very slim. Women in their
Mhm.
40s and 50s were slim, 30s slim. And then as soon as they started putting spring water in the stores, I started noticing that women were getting more chubbier and more cellulitis and more stretch marks. I mean, this is just my own analysis.
Mhm.
This is not something that I read or I Googled. It's just me paying attention and me being so health conscious myself. Hi, Cammy. She can't hear.
I guess she can't. She audio maybe she gotta get a microphone together.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna wait on her to get that done. If you can hear us, Cammy, just say hello. Wave your hand or something.
She can't hear.
Oh, okay. She said she's trying to get it right. All right.
Okay. Hmm. And also,
Uh, what's
mhm.
what's going on, guest? I got a guess here.
Okay.
Maybe. All right. I'm gonna just let you keep going for now. Go ahead. Sorry, you got it.
Yeah, and also, I also noticed that once I started drinking distilled water, all my wrinkles and my lines and everything out of my face, they just totally disappeared. So,
Okay.
mhm.
Yeah. So, like, I guess what everybody want to know: how did you go from Iraq to combat boots to to stilettos? You know what I'm saying? How did that happen?
Okay, so I'm gonna tell y'all right now, ladies, I didn't belong in the stripper world from the very beginning. It was not something that I chose. It wasn't a battle I chose. It was a battle that came to me. And I know y'all have heard me say this several times. You know, sometimes God will put his best soldiers in the midst of fire just to see what we're made of. And I really believe that's what really happened to me. Um, when I came back from Iraq, I had about 300,000 in savings. I didn't spend any money, and I didn't even get to enjoy my money. I ended up buying a house with my VA stuff and everything, and my family and my friends basically ran through basically all my money. I didn't even get a chance to spend any of it. I didn't get to enjoy my house because by the time I got back, I was getting a divorce. And just for legal purposes, I can't really discuss why I got divorced. Um, but I was getting a divorce, and the interim of me getting the divorce is I lost my job and I lost my home, and a lot of my family members turned their backs on me. A lot of them were saying, "Oh, how could she let such a how could she let such a man like this get away? He's such a good guy. He had all this money," and they gave me no credit for anything. He didn't. I've never married a man who ever took care of me. I always took care of myself. Um, when I married him, I was already gainfully employed. I was already making a lot of money. I already had a career. But my family members, a lot of the men in my family are sadistic and misogynistic, and they don't believe that women can be an attribute or can contribute to a household. So I was thrown under the bus. I was told that I was a gold digger from spending my own money and that I
Mm,
lost a good thing. And basically, I was vilified, just like I was vilified online. And I didn't know back then because I was young. I was in my 20s, early 20s, and I was telling people how much money I was making and what I was doing and where I got promoted. And I didn't know. I thought that these people was going to be proud of me. I didn't know that I was creating this type of hate around me because I know, yeah, I know it's probably hard to believe now looking at me, but I was very, very insecure when I was younger. That's one of the reasons why I went to the military and why I did ROTC, because I was very, very, very I had very, very bad low self-esteem. Um Even when I was in elementary school and during high school, my nickname was Miss Piggy. I used to be overweight, very, very fat and chubby. Um and people picked on me all my life. I am a victim of being bullied. I've been bullied for a very long time. Um and abused. So at the time when I was getting my divorce, of course, the same generation curse had occurred. Only this time I was in my 30s, and by the time it came down to it, I didn't have my son. I didn't have anywhere to go, and I found myself homeless. I was outside in the street, and with the criminal background that I had accrued behind my divorce, I wasn't able to even work at Burger King. So, and I couldn't get a bartender's license, and I couldn't work in the state of Georgia because you need a license to dance. So I had to go to somewhere where you didn't need a license and where I could make some quick money. So I drove down to Miami in a car with an empty gas. I didn't have any gas money in my truck, and my truck, the insurance was lapsed. So what I did was I was begging truck drivers for money to put gas. I was driving to gas stations and acting like going to truck drivers, and I was telling them, I was like, hey, I don't want the money for food. I don't want the money for drugs. Can you just please fill my tank up, sir? I just need to get to Miami because I need to go try to be a stripper so I can make money because I don't have nowhere to go and I'm sleeping in my car. Could y'all help me? And I did this twice. So both times, each truck driver had filled my tank up. That's why I have a very, very big heart for guys who drive trucks. I love them. If there's any truck drivers on here, I love y'all because I always say to this day, like, truck drivers, man, they really do have a heart, especially when you're on those roads.
mm,
So I drove from Georgia to Miami. I was begging for money to get to Miami. And when I got to Miami, I was sleeping on South Beach. And I slept on South Beach for about 3 months. Um, and I took showers on the beach. They have a shower on each stall at the beach. So I took showers every day. And I ate dollar menus from McDonald's for about, I don't know, maybe like 2 weeks before I actually found a situation. So I went to King of Diamonds. That was the first club that I went to. I went to King of Diamonds in Miami on a Tuesday. I didn't want to go on the weekend because I was like, okay, I'm bald headed, I'm skinny. I was skinny and bald headed. I said, I'm skinny, I'm bald headed. They not gonna give me no weekend position, and I'm dirty and I really don't got anything. I had a panty and a bra. I didn't even have a stripper outfit. I had a panty and a bra, and I had some cheap pumps that I paid from Payless. I think I got them for like $8. Payless pumps. They was in my trunk of my car. And I went there on a Tuesday with a pair of pumps. You know, the regular kitten pumps,
Yeah.
$8 pumps.
Were they white? Were
Yes,
they?
they was in
I
pleather.
remember them. I remember. Yeah, I remember
Okay,
you
yeah.
getting. Yeah,
I had
yeah,
white pumps. I had a white
yeah.
pleather pumps. They was pleather and a white
Mm,
panty and bra set, like a regular panty and bra set that a woman would wear to go to bed, not to dance in. And I
mm-hmm.
made $1,400 that night. That was the first night of me dancing in a strip club. I made $1,400, and I was like, well, damn, it would have took me a whole month to make $1,400. I've never seen any money like this before. And I started going and going and going, and I was trying to get an apartment in Miami for the longest, but because I didn't have pay stubs and because I couldn't do a criminal background check because I had snuck to Miami, I was on probation in Georgia, really parole. I was mandated to the state of Georgia. I wasn't supposed to leave the state, but I needed money because if I wouldn't have left Georgia, I would have got locked up because I wouldn't have been able to pay my fees. I had to pay fees to stay out of jail. So and I was also trying to hustle to get custody of my son back, which I have custody of him now. So I started working in Miami, Florida, and that's when I got sex trafficked after I ended up finding a place to, well, I thought that the guy was going to give me a place to stay, but they basically kidnapped me. And then that's when me and you got together, Octavius. And then I ended up going back to South Beach, which was on the other side. It wasn't in Little Haiti at this time. I went on the other side over by Cape Canaveral. I mean, not Cape Canaveral, Coconut Grove and stuff like that. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
so I started out dancing because I was homeless and I didn't have nowhere to go. Me and my family wasn't really seeing eye to eye. It was nowhere for me to go. Um, and I just had to do what I had to do. It hurt me a lot because I had just came back home from Iraq. So I was in Iraq for 6 tours, and then I came home, got pregnant, had my son, and then I went back to Iraq a 7th tour because my husband at the time he had bills and I wanted to pay all his bills off for him. And at the time, they weren't really hiring black people like that in Atlanta, Georgia, paying them more than 50,000 a year. So I wanted to kind of pay his bills off. So I was like, well, let me just do another tour in Iraq and we'll get the overseas money and I'll pay your bills off. But by the time I got back, I ended up getting a divorce from him and I ended up homeless and I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
So that's how I started dancing.
Hmm. So, what were some of the highlights of being a dancer?
Well, I could tell you this. I was a very blessed dancer.
Well, no, let's start with the dark side of it first, and then we'll go to the other side of it. Then, what are some of the bad things about being a dancer, or scary things about being a dancer and working at night like that?
Okay, so fighting. I mean, I was by myself and I don't really, okay, so I don't want to vilify anybody and I don't want to vilify myself. You know, let's, I mean, y'all know about hustle and flow. Y'all know the pimp game is out there. Y'all know that if you're a money maker, you got to have real estate. There's groups and crews that, they round off their little areas and they have territories. Um, I never had anything against the pimp game. In fact, I have some very good friends who do have a daddy, and
Hmm.
and there's a lot of women out here who don't have family. They were in the same situation I was in, and they want to be a part of something. In the pimp game, like Ja Rule said, the pimp game is like a religion. Ja Rule said it best.
Hmm.
So, I at the time I couldn't really afford a pimp because I had to pay the government, well, the state of Georgia, money. I mean, I had to pay my court fees, I had to pay my legal fees. I was still going through divorce. I was still going through a custody battle. I had lawyers and stuff like that. So I still needed, and I had to fly back and forth to visit my son and everything because I didn't want to lose him. So I wasn't really in a situation where I could really give my money to a man because when you have a pimp, is having a pimp means dance, do what you need to do to make money, and then you got to give daddy or one man all your money like everybody else. But I wasn't in a situation to be able to do that because I had my own problems. So one of the hardest things for me was I had to keep sticking and moving. I had to bob and weave. So I tell girls like this, like if you are a female and you're dancing, the worst thing you could be labeled is a renegade, because if you're a renegade, you can actually get yourself killed. You become a target. So how did I not become a renegade? What I did was I got smart. I said, okay, there's 30 clubs in Miami. If I work a different club every day of the week, nobody will ever get used to me. So I started traveling first in Miami, because once I got hired at King of Diamond, because I was insecure, I didn't even think out they was gonna give me the job, and I made that much money. My confidence shot up the roof. I was like, damn, I made $1,400, and
And your name was Egypt down there, right?
my name was Egypt. My name was
Yeah,
Egypt at
yeah,
the
yeah,
time. I
yeah,
changed it to
yeah.
Swan later, but my name was Egypt.
Mhm.
And yeah, because I had the bald head, I couldn't afford to get my hair done or nothing. I was broke, like I
Yeah,
was dirt
yeah.
poor. When I first started stripping, I was sleeping out in the street. I was dirt poor. I had nothing. I couldn't even.
Mhm.
My haircut that I had, a guy in the flea market in Miami flea market, he gave me a shape up for free because I was
Oh,
outside
wow.
begging. Yeah, I was outside begging, so he gave me a shape up. He was like, "Nah, you good, ma," you know. So it was really like that. So I know what it's like to beg. I know what it's like. Um, and I'm trying not to get emotional because I don't want to cry because I'm emotional.
Mhm.
Um, and I'm not crying tears of pain right now, but these are tears of joy because I don't even. These are tears of joy
Mhm.
because I just can't,
You came a
like,
long way.
yeah.
You came a long way.
And I just don't know how. I don't know how I did it. I
Mhm.
just know that I was praying all the time. I was studying Mary Magdalene because I know that Mary Magdalene was a prostitute and she was a whore, and Jesus married her, and he told Peter to give Mary Magdalene his hands. And I think her story kept me really close to God through all of that, because no matter what I was doing, every night I was praying. Every time I
Mhm.
went to strip club, I bowed my hands into my knees and I said, God, please make this night a better night so that I can get out of this. And I just
Mhm.
begged God every day. It wasn't so much the money. The money was great. It was like I had to travel from I felt like I was on a run. I felt like I had to stay. I had to stay, like I had to feel like I was in danger all the time,
Yeah.
because I so how I started was I knew it was 30 clubs in Miami. I worked in all of them, and I worked in one club each day, so nobody could ever get used to me. And then it kind of caught up with me because girls started talking, you know, I'm making money, I'm starting to look cute, people taking pictures, you know, pimps got girls, they got bitches here, they got chicks here, excuse me my language, they got girls here, all over the place. And next thing you know, it catches up with me. So then I started going bi-coastal. Remember when I did Tampa, Florida,
Yeah,
Octavius?
yeah, 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 I remember that.
So then I merged. I started doing Tampa, Florida, and Miami, and then it went from Tampa, Florida, and Miami to Louisiana. Was it Louisiana next? Basically, I worked in 36 strip clubs, and I worked in Texas, Louisiana, Miami, um, Texas, Louisiana, Miami, Atlanta, New York, South Carolina, North Carolina, and I think those are the only states I
Philly
worked.
also, right?
I never worked in Philly. No, I
Oh,
never
okay.
worked in Philly. I was told there was no money there back in the day, so I never went over there. But I was traveling. I was matriculating through all of these places, and
Mhm.
it got scary. It got tiresome.
Now, you say you worked in Tampa, and I remember something, I think a lot of young girls probably don't know this about black women mixing with white dancers and how dangerous that could be. I remember you telling me a story about like you know, the kind of influence white dancers have over with the police. Like,
Well, I don't want to do any white bashing because I'm gonna be honest with you. I made
mhm,
most of my money in the white clubs.
yeah,
And I mean, I did work in trap clubs. Don't get me wrong. I worked in trap clubs with black women, and I did the booty shaker, all that stuff. But most of my clubs, like Scarlett's, Dean's Gold,
mhm,
Scores, Rick's Cabaret, I worked in a lot of different white clubs, and so I don't want to get into that story too much
yeah,
because that was just an instance that I'm just not really. I don't think it's important at this time because I'm gonna keep it real with you, Octavius, and I'm not on no Stacey Dash stuff, but I do love Stacey Dash either way. But I'm
yeah,
not a sellout, is what I'm trying. She's not a sellout either. So let me not say that.
mhm,
Sorry, Stacey Dash. I love you. God bless you, honey. Um, I don't want. I'm not an Uncle Tom, but I will tell you guys. If it wasn't for white clubs, appreciating my body type, and because I'm slim, I'm not. This is me. This is me. I'm
mhm,
slim. I'm not that thick. I'm a slim girl. I don't got big hips and my butt is not that big. And then I got breasts. And black men don't really particularly like big old breasts. They like bigger booties more. And I mean, I got a little butt too, but for the most part, if it wasn't for white clubs appreciating my body, I don't think I would have been as high paid as I was.
yeah,
So I can't bash the white girls. I made a lot of money with them. And one thing I could say is whether they have police favoritism or not, you're not gonna get into no fist fights with them. They're not gonna punch you in the face in the middle of the club, or
yeah, yeah,
nah.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that's my pet peeve. Like I told y'all earlier on, I'm a businesswoman. I'm all about business. One thing about me, I'm all about business because I've been through a lot in my life. So when you go to hitting me in a business setting and there's no justice behind that, I have a problem with that. So
yeah,
if I see someone else do it, well, I don't now because I've learned that to pick my own bat. I learned in the last 3 years that you got to choose your battle. So now the new star is I'm minding my business. I don't have nothing to do with other people's drama. I got enough drama of my own to take care of. I can't be out here trying to do God's job. Sometimes you gotta let people have their karma or have their situation or whatever it is that they're going through. But I did make a mistake by putting my foot and my nose into other people's problems because I felt like I could identify with them because the same thing happened to me and it really it bit me in my ass. So
mhm,
so yeah. So
yeah.
I
So
like
what?
I like white girl clubs because I nobody's ever hit me at all. I've never gotten punched in my face in a white girl club, kicked or told that I was stealing or anything. So you
Yeah,
know, yeah,
yeah. It was more civilized. What you saying?
yeah.
All right. Well. I guess it's okay to name some of the celebrities that you met during your travels, just like met as far as on the road during that time.
I really don't want to name any celebrities, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. And I can tell
Mhm.
y'all this because it's true. The celebrities have been shadow banning me. They've been picking on me in the shadows. They've been doing a lot of nasty things to me underneath the surface, and I'm just not really happy with how a lot of celebrities have handled me in the last 3 years without even getting my side. I think that they gave me an unfair shot. Um, I think that they blackballed me prematurely. And it's all good though, because at the end of the day, what's for you is for you. God will never give you more than you could bear. And like I told y'all in my matter of fact, I'm gonna say this. I want to say this, Octavius, and don't cut me off. I want to tell y'all this. This is what I want to tell y'all. You got what you call power and you got possession. Okay? Power and possession is two different things. A person can have all the power in the world, but God's anointed, when it tells you in the Bible 17 times, God says, touch not my anointed. What he means is that God has possession over certain people. And when God has possession over certain people, like God has possession over me, God has a possession over me. So when somebody comes to me with their power trying to overpower me, they're not dealing with me. They have to deal with God. I have now become God's business. I'm God's responsibility. So at the end of the day, yeah, you shadow ban me. Yeah, you blackballed me. Yeah, I'll never get a job in Hollywood, or I'll never get no label will ever sign me. We don't give a fuck if you look good. We don't care if you got talent, bitch. You're not wanted here. We don't like what you said about our princess, or whatever the case is. That's fine. I understand that. But then here is what I know. Here is what I know for sure. When you are serving God, God doesn't want you in situations anyway that goes against him. So if I'm in a situation where I can't uplift people, or I can't or I'm around people that are selling sin to the world, even though I'm a sinner myself and I'm a work in progress, but if I'm arbitrarily hanging around people who are not selling the right thing to God's followers and worshipers, it's not a place for me anyway. So I understood that. I said, you know what? They can't really stop me. God is the only one that makes a choice. God doesn't want me in that world, because that world in me, it doesn't work. In fact, to speaking of the candles earlier, there was someone in that world who I actually loved. Well, I thought I loved him, but I didn't know what was on the other side of the curtain. I thought I loved him. I thought he was my twin flame. I thought he was my soulmate. And I was burning candles for love and all this stuff. But once I realized what I was getting into and what it was about, I was like, oh, wait a minute, hold on. You know what I mean? And I got on my knees and I begged God for forgiveness and moving forward. But yeah, so I don't really want to mention any celebrities that I met, because I think at this point it's irrelevant and it's not necessary. They've already chose their side. And the beauty of standing up for yourself and the beauty of being in a battle is that you have to understand that people may not take your side. People may when you stand up for yourself and you go to war, the first thing that you have to understand is people may not be on your side when you decide to stand up for yourself. But
Yeah.
if you believe in God and you believe in the Most High and you prayerful, you know, it, I'm gonna tell those of you who are not a diehard Christian like me, um, anything is possible. But I have, my faith is bigger than a mustard bush. Like I don't have faith like a mustard seed. I really know that God is real. Um, I've been called schizophrenic. I've been called delusional because I've told people that I channel the Virgin Mary. I channel Mary Magdalene. I've spoken to God before, and people are like, oh, maybe I am delusional. Maybe that is a lie. So I don't want to get into that, because I don't want y'all to be like, oh, she's lying. She's just seeing things. But I personally, I know there's a God. I know God is real. I just do.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't always believe in God. I didn't. But let me tell
Yeah.
y'all what made me believe in God. People were believing in the devil so hard. This is when I first started my journey with God. People were believing in the devil like if nobody. I mean, I have so many atheist friends. They got the Satan head here. They got the Satan horns here. They got all this the all types of devil stuff, demonic stuff. What you call those people that we all that demonic stuff? That what you call them kind of people?
Uh,
Anyway,
Gothics or
yeah. So I'm
Luciferians.
like,
Yeah,
well, with
Luciferians. Yeah.
Luciferian. So I'm like, well, if the devil is real, then God got to be real. So that's
Yeah.
that's actually what kind of pushed me towards God, because I'm like, well, how could you believe in Lucifer but you don't believe in God? Like, how could Lucifer be real but God not be? It
Yeah.
it, it, it has to be. And then I've had arguments with Luciferian. They like, yeah, but the devil runs this planet. God gave him dominion over the earth. And I say, you know what? Yes, the devil is employed by God. The reason why God employed the devil is to separate the is to separate his from the his not. He wants to know who's going to be faithful and who's not going to be faithful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and that's kind of good that you said that about the celebrities because, um, like last week, I went on a few channels. I only went on like what 3 channels I
Yeah.
was invited to, and each channel that I was on, I was invited to go to that channel. So, um, but I know people call me a clout chaser for doing so. But with all the celebrity friends that they should have been the one doing what I did last week for you because they knew the truth about your situation. You know what I mean? And I'm just,
No, that's not fair. That's not
mhm,
fair. They may not have known the truth. You know,
yeah,
celebrities are busy. A lot of them take drugs. A lot of them got to go from place to place. They take pills to, not even like drugs, like bad drugs. Some of them have to take medication to stay awake. Some of them have to take
hmm,
medication to go to sleep. They're very busy. They're booked, you know, and they do so much work for such little money. Like they do a lot of
yeah,
work for a little bit of, I mean, some of them are millionaires, but some of them aren't. So,
hmm,
you know, I'm not going to say that they knew the truth because we don't know if they were lied to. We don't know that, or we don't know
yeah,
whether their
yeah,
marketing companies are intertwined and they just maybe they're in a union where they can't speak against each other, even if the
hmm,
other person's wrong. You know, you don't know somebody else. You don't know what's behind that curtain. That's why I told you I changed the way that I burn candles now. I don't ever do a la carte stuff anymore. Now I only burn candles for happiness. That's it. That's all I do. God make me happy. God make me happy. I don't say, oh, make Octavius my husband, make Octavius love me, make Octavius obsessed with me. I don't do those type of prayers anymore. You know, and when you
hmm,
first start out praying, especially when your prayers get answered, because me, when I first started out praying, my prayers was getting answered left and right. They was getting answered. Even though I was going through some stuff, like every time I would pray, I swear like I would see results like this. And I was young and I was new to prayer and I got beside myself and I just didn't know how to pray. And it was just I started getting like, damn, oh, I could pray for this and I could pray for that. And I didn't realize that, nah, you can't pray like that. Because there's certain things, you gotta be careful what you ask for. You gotta be
oh
very
yeah,
careful what you
yeah,
ask for, because you might ask for the wrong thing and God giveth, and you'll be like, what the hell is this? And God said, well, this is what you prayed for. So I had to learn that the hard way. So I no longer pray for things singulatory anymore. I only pray for
mhm.
happiness now. Yeah.
So what were some of the highlights of being a dancer, a traveling dancer?
Um Well, I think I was able to get custody back of my son. I was
Hmm,
able to make the money. I found confidence when I became a dancer, because before I was dancing, I was very insecure. I had low self-esteem. I didn't think I was pretty. I shaved my head bald. I was talking rough. I didn't have a college degree, so I thought I was ignorant. I thought I was just a grunt. I thought that I was born to be a bum. I didn't think that I was a beautiful girl. I didn't think that I was wifey or girlfriend material. I just I just didn't think I was anything of use. I just thought that I was just ugly. And when I became a dancer and I started getting a lot of attention and making a lot of money, and girls started getting jealous of me, I was like, what the hell is this? Like, how? And they wanted to be me. I'm like, I don't even want to be myself. Like, how the hell you want to be me? I don't even want to be me. Like, I hate her. Like, you really want to be this? Like, I hate me. And it just gave me confidence, because I was just like, wow, so if everybody wants to be me, then I guess I am pretty, you know? And then what even another highlight was people started shadow banning me like they're doing now, and isolating me and doing all these crazy things. And I was like, okay, something gotta give. They're not just doing this because I'm ugly. They're doing this because there's got to be something beautiful and bold about me. And even before I became a dancer, I used to dress like a nun. Like I would never wear Skirts. I would never wear skirts above my knees ever. I would never show my knees. Um, I would never wear these. You see this kind of shirt right here? I would never wear this. Never,
Yeah.
ever. If it wasn't a crew neck or like maybe like a short V neck, I would never ever wear it. I didn't wear weaves. I used to get my hair washed, blow dried, roller set, and do a wrap. Um, I did wear eyeliner. I thought that that was just like a lot of American girls. I mean, I'm American, so American women don't really wear makeup. You find like Islanders more doing it, like from the West Indies or like Spanish girls. But growing up, all Americans, we don't really we didn't grow up wearing makeup. So I got into makeup. And I became a makeup artist too myself. Like I started learning how to do makeup professionally. So now I know how to do makeup professionally. I know how to do hair professionally. I made a lot of money. I started understanding men more. And I just was more open to women in their low self esteems and their high self esteems and I have a different type of respect for hoes than I've ever had before. Like some of the most beautiful women, some of the most beautiful souls, some of the most beautiful souls are out there dancing right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know for a fact that they want to be in my seat right now where I'm at. And because I've heard so many stories. I've also seen women pay their way through college dancing. Like I have a friend right now who's a dentist. I got another friend right now who's a hairstylist. All of them paid their way through college so that they dance so they could pay their way through college. I mean, they're not one is black, one of them is black, but the rest of them is like Asian and white girls. Most of them go to school full time in a day and dance at night to pay their way through school. So I think I just learned a lot being a dancer.
Now, did
I
you
learned
ever?
how to, huh?
It was some rumors out there that you danced in Mexico and other places outside the country. Have you ever done that?
Okay, so I went to Mexico first of all because my breast implants were too heavy. I had lost like 20 pounds. I was like
Hmm.
150, 140. I had shot up to 150, 140 after I had liver cancer. My body was retaining a lot of water, and I had a lot of subcutive fat around my organs. But once we got rid of the subcutive fat and we got the water down, I had lost a lot of weight. And the breast implants that I had, they were very very heavy, and my back was
Hmm.
hurting. And in order for me to get them taken out and another pair put in, and then my skin sewed down properly, it would have cost me like 15,000 for the whole operation here in the States. So I flew to Mexico. I think my trip was like $350 round trip, and I got the exchange done for 3,500, and I got it all done for 3,500 um in uh Mexico. So and then the other time I went to Mexico, I took my son on a family trip to Mexico. So I went to Mexico the first time. I took my son because he wanted to go to Cancun and do the water and stuff. Because my son came to me one day. He said, "Mom, I have a nephew and he has cousins and they always travel and stuff." And my son came to me and said, "Mom, why everybody get to go out the country except for me?" And I was like, "Oh." And I went and got him a passport, and that was the first place I took him. And then after that,
Yeah.
I started taking him different places. But my son requested Mexico the first time, and then the second time I went to Mexico, I went there because I didn't have the 15,000 to get the surgery that I needed done, and I couldn't get it done because it was cosmetic through my insurance. So I had to go to Mexico to get that fixed.
Oh, okay. Um. So, like, I remember, like, at the time, it was a time, and I think after you went to Dr. Sabi's place, you said it was gonna give up dancing. And I
Yeah.
remember even before that, you were saying how you was tired of, being in a lifestyle. I remember you let some dancer hold your car and something bad happened to the car and all that. So you want to go into that a little bit?
Yes. So I went to Dr. Sebi for a couple of reasons, but for several reasons. About four reasons, but reason number one, a month before I went to Dr. Sebi, if you don't remember Octavius, I
Mm,
got a probation. I had completed my probation.
yeah.
So because I was on probation for 5 years. So the Dr. Sebi trip was actually a congratulatory trip for me. I had the timelines for that, and I have receipts. So I had gotten off probation in October. I was completely free, and I also was able to expunge all of my felonies. I had 3 felonies. I got all 3 felonies expunged in October. And Dr. Sebi wasn't even he wasn't even big at that time. His whole brand was like, it was like real. His whole brand really wasn't even known after Left Eye died. That brand, it didn't even go nowhere, and other celebrities that he was helping, they didn't really promote him like that. So at the end of the day, when I went to Dr. Sebi, it was never about any type of clout. I went to Dr. Sebi for uh a couple of reasons, but one of the main reasons why I went to Dr. Sebi is because I wanted to get healed from
Mm,
all the toxins and stuff like that that I had accrued being a dancer. Like I wanted to get a flush. I wanted to get cleaned out because I felt like I needed that rejuvenation. And plus I was on my way out the door because I had just got finished paying for all my felonies to get expunged. And I also got off probation a month before I left. When I was first going to Dr. Sebi, I told one of the girls, I said, "Can you watch my truck because I don't have anybody to watch my truck for me?" And Octavius, I can't tell a whole story because this is I got to tell you behind the scenes,
somebody that's well known that had the truck. Yeah.
right? And they see the thing is, what these people don't know is that the same people that's dragging me on social media right now is the same people that was doing it in 2011, 2012, 2013. It's the same COVID, like it's the same group, it's the same
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
So me going to see Dr. Sebi when they was trying to vilify me online anyway, but way before Dr. Sebi, it was almost like a smack in the face.
Mm,
So when I left the truck with her, the family that's been social media bullying me, they went to the stripper and they had her start beef with me, and she left my truck basically in the she didn't pay. I told she didn't want to pay for her. That's a lot.
yeah.
That's
Yeah. She's very well known to this very day. So we're not gonna mention her name.
Yeah, because
But
I that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. I don't want no more drama. But what I can tell you is that I loaned a friend my truck because she didn't have a car to drive back and forth to work. And me being the nice person I am, I was like, you know what? You could just use my truck. I'm never gonna be dancing no more. I'm gonna be going for a few
Yeah.
months. So you could just use this to get back and forth. And she basically left my truck in the middle of nowhere and just left me hanging and cussed me out while I was in Honduras. But she was told to curse me out by the group that's behind the group that's behind the group that's behind the group of the group now. So everything
Mhm.
y'all see happening to me on social media, these people have been gunning for me since 2011. So my drama is really not with the alleged rapper. She's being scapegoated into a drama that was already there.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. So
even with that, I think around that time you faced a lot of scrutiny after that Dr. Sabi visit because of a certain video.
yes.
I still have the original video that you sent me before it even went viral. So
Well, I didn't. First of all, that was another thing. I flew to Dr. Sabi by myself.
mm,
First of all, and I got all my tickets and everything from his daughters. They set up the whole trip. I had the itinerary they set up. His nephew came and picked me up from the airport. So me having beef with his daughters and sons and all that stuff, that's a lie because they're the ones who set up the trip for me. They're the ones who put everything together and packaged everything. When I got to the village, Dr. Sabi's nephew Michael came and got me. His niece Evelyn was my host, and his daughter, she don't like saying her name. She was also my host. Um, when I was in the room with Dr. Sabi, that was their own news reporter, their own. She was the lady who recorded that video. she's a news reporter for Jacksonville, Florida. She's on the news channel.
Mm.
That was their own people. So for them to say that I went up there doing a video for clout, well, I couldn't take my own video. So, you know what I'm saying? That was a whole nother trap in itself. I don't think Dr. Sadie meant bad by it. I think he meant well. But I think once my face was seen with him, or whatever they concocted together, because Dr. Sadie was talking about me being a nurse and going to Africa with him and learning this and learning that. Because I mean, I really wasn't a vegan that long, and I really wasn't an herbologist that long either at that time. But I think when the video dropped, the same group of people that's been vilifying me today, they basically turned that positive into a negative. See, this group, what they do is everything positive about me, they turn it negative because I don't work for them, or because they didn't give me approval, or because I'm not their queen, or because I'm not their priestess, or because I'm not their chosen one. They feel like, who the fuck are you? Like, you don't come over here and get all of this attention, and you're not a part of us. So anything positive that I do that gets viral, it turns negative, or it gets negative. It gets a negative connotation behind it. Like, you're never going to see these people post my Egypt trip all over the place. They're not going to post me in Iraq all over the place. They're not going to post my master's degree everywhere. They'll just post anything that makes me look like a clout chaser or a hater. They're not going to post.
Yeah,
when I was in Costa Rica, a whole year learning with like 10 different herbologists outside of Dr. Sadie, who I learned more with. I learned more with the herbologists in Costa Rica than I learned with Dr. Sadie. They didn't pay that no mind. They didn't care about that. They didn't want to post that. So what y'all got to understand is that whenever y'all see me getting good attention and it turns negative, it's the same group of people that's doing it.
Yeah.
Hey, Malik.
How you doing, Malik? Yeah, I was waiting to get him in
Hey,
there.
Star. What's going
How you
on there, brother?
doing?
How you doing?
Oh, I finally clocked in here. It took me about 30, 40 minutes to get in here on this. Yeah, I was having some problems connecting in with the app, so excuse my
Okay,
I know you. I know,
tardiness.
I want to tell y'all about Malik. So I know y'all heard me talking about Yemaya and Oshun and all this stuff. Well, Malik right here is the person who taught me about the Yoruba religion in Congo. Malik, can you tell the people how I learned about Oshun and Yemaya by way of you, and how you basically educated me on those things? Because I don't want these people to think is that I'm just running around trying to be something I'm not, or trying to coattail on other people's stuff or be a follower. I need them to know that there's levels to this, and I've met some really good, smart friends in my life that have really put a lot of time and effort into me so that I could become a better person in my journey.
Okay, well,
First of all,
let me
Malik,
just
how long have
let
you
me just
known
get
me?
you a little quick.
Okay,
Oh, well, yeah, I was gonna give you a little quick background on misunderstanding
go ahead. Go ahead.
that part, and that is that Star, what 10 something like that.
Okay.
We've been talking for a minute, you know.
Okay.
So uh, I am uh, actually an African liberator, okay, at my core, and I'm autodidactic, meaning I study intensely our history, and I've done so for about the last 3 decades, pretty much. I used to run um, a black bookstore here in St. Louis, so I have an extensive amount of knowledge in
are you breaking up?
I'm typing him now, telling him that. I'm typing him now, telling him your sound is breaking. Your sound is breaking up. Your sound is breaking up.
Yeah, if you're on a Wi-Fi, try to get closer to the Wi-Fi,
He's
Malik.
also
amount of
a
knowledge and
wartime vet.
information
He,
on
Yeah. So I invited him because he's breaking up. He's also a wartime vet just like me. And only reason why I invited him here is because I wanted y'all to know how I got into learning about the Orishas, Yamaya and Oshun and Papa Legba, and how I got educated on it. So he was one of the people that brought that to my forefront. And I was gonna let him tell you guys how it began, so that way y'all don't feel like I'm just out here just making up stories. But he's got bad reception.
Yeah.
They all got bad reception. Cameo, she was in Iraq with me.
Yeah. She was in the background. I think we gotta do like a private session when we get everybody.
Yeah,
The next
when
show
it
they
went
have
out
to.
live. Yeah, so they could get their
Yeah.
stories out. Yep.
Yeah.
But that
Plus,
was.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Plus, also get the audio right too, because restream is really hell on cell phones. So
Yeah.
it's better to get on a computer than it on a computer is a whole lot better.
Yeah.
So
Hmm. But
yeah,
Dr.
somebody.
Sabi was beautiful to me. I really, 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 really had a very good experience there. But as soon as I got home, they turned my experience into a nightmare. I know who's the mastermind behind it, but for legal purposes, I can't tell on this person. It's just one person that turns everybody against me. He throws stones and hides his hand, and he's very close to my camp. Was Dr. Sabi married? Yes, and actually I met his well, he Dr. Sabi had like 4 or 5 wives, but the little girl's mom, I met her a couple times. The youngest one's mom, the younger baby that he had, I met her mom up there. Um, yeah, he has a few wives. He had a few
Mhm.
wives, so that's what he told me anyway. I think he had like 4 or something like that. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
married. Yeah, he was
Yeah, and
dating.
he had like a little girl or something at the time, right?
Yeah, I met her. I met her mom. Her mom came to the village like 3 times while I was there. So
Yeah, she was like how old she was, like 4 or something?
But I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, I don't really follow the Dr. Sabi diet. And I don't want to coattail off of him when I know that I don't follow that diet. Because I'm an O blood type and I just don't believe in his food list. It's not that I'm going against him. I mean, I think it's good for what it does. If it cures people, if it doesn't, but I personally I didn't have any success on his diet, me personally. But I've heard people who have had success on his diet. I didn't though. So, and I'm not
Yeah.
taking
Can you all hear
anything
me?
away from Dr. Sebi, huh?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can
Yeah,
you
I'm
all
not
hear me?
taking anything away from.
Okay.
Okay, he's back.
Look like your signal okay. So just give a little background about you, Malik.
It is. Okay. I'm sorry. I was halfway, and then I'm getting texted like you disconnected. I was like, oh, that was some of the problem I was having before. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm African revolutionary liberator at my core, an African spiritualist. So I used to run a black bookstore here in St. Louis. So I'm autodidactic, meaning I'm self-taught, and I've done an extensive amount of reading on African history and I've been doing that now for over almost the last 3 decades. So get some type of little background on coming from my perspective. Um, when I met Star, man, yeah, like I said, that was maybe about 10, um, and and I just I found there's just a beautiful spirit. I always try to reach out to my people, and I always try to help my people, support any way that I possibly can. So and you never know who needs help or what I'm saying, or why you're even in, you know, we're all in people's lives for a different reason, and it should be people's lives to exploit them and use them. So at that star, she was going through there was a lot of turbulence in her life. It was a lot of things that was well, she wasn't as settled as she is now. Let me just put it to you like that. Okay. So we talked a lot, and I went to school for psychology. And a lot of people, most people tell me, say I should probably be a psychologist because I'm always trying to help people, and support people. So, but I think that's just a part of my character more than anything. So, I was deeply inclined to sit there and, be supportive of stars. So, many times we
They fading off again. But yeah, Malik, you done fell off again.
talking of
Um,
a star. I see, you have a place to be. If you need to lay your head, you need to rest.
yeah, it fell off again. Like, yeah, your
Hello.
reception is going bad on me again. Yeah, but no, I'm gonna go ahead and finish up
Okay.
some of the
Did
interview with
you come
Star
back?
for
So,
now. Yeah, I can hear you now. She was also
okay. So
talking
you,
about
okay.
yeah, I can hear you. You was asking about he's a veteran too, also, right, Star?
Yeah. Well, most of my friends, to be honest with you, with the exception of you, I
Mm.
don't even think I have any friends who are not Army
Yes.
except for you. They're all
Oh, okay.
all of them are Army. Every last one of them.
Yeah.
Every last one of my friends that remained my friends that didn't like turn on me after the whole social media thing.
Mhm.
Like the issue with Dr. Sabi, the issue with the alleged rapper, and I really didn't all my like friends I grew up with, not all of them, but like 80% of them, they kind of just turned fair weather on me. So everybody who kind of stuck around that I feel like is worthy to even speak for me or get on any platform with me moving forward, they're all my military friends. Those are my family.
Hmm.
And somebody said Angelic Diallo said Sabi was a good spirit. I don't care what nobody thinks. Um I mean, I didn't have no issues with Dr. Sabi. I just, I eat meat and I don't follow his food list. So I'm not going to be a phony and be like, oh, because he's famous. Oh, the Dr. Sabi diet, this, the Dr. Sabi diet, that. I'm not going to do that. That's, to me, that's even worse. Because my diet is a lot different from his. Matter of fact, when I got to his village, his, his daughter and his staff asked me, what do I eat? Because my skin was so radiant when I got there. And I was going to me and Dr. Sabi was thinking about kind of merging ideas together, but um that's something that I wouldn't tell the world. I'm telling y'all, but it's something I wouldn't tell the world because they'll be like, oh, now she's saying Dr. Sabi asked her for help. And he didn't really ask me for help, but real recognize real. So I mean, you can't fake health. You can buy beauty. You can buy beauty if you want to, but it's only temporary. Once you wipe the makeup off or you take the money off, put it like this: vanity is a byproduct of vitality. If you're vital, if your body is vital and you're at homeostasis, you're going to be pretty regardless. Okay, so me, I don't consider myself vain. I consider myself a woman who is of vitality. So the the vanity is a byproduct of that. So when I meet other health gurus that are actually about this life, because I've met other health gurus that are famous, but when you see them in person, they're not vital. Like Yada, for example, and I could say his name because I really don't. He's not a friend. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't feel like he represented vitality when I seen him. I didn't see the vitality there. I just saw the vanity and the fame. Dr. Sabi, when he met me, he didn't see the vanity and the fame. He saw the vitality. So when you're really into health, What he said, no, that wasn't for you. So people was even trying to completely destroy his mission. That's all. Oh yeah, yep. So when people see health, that are really about that, like they recognize it. Like, you know what do you do? I mean, it's
Yeah.
that simple. So
Yeah.
Oh, Shun.
So like
Oh,
after that Dr. Sabi trip, I know you said that you wasn't going. Yeah,
you
you
keep
wasn't
cutting
going to.
off, Willie.
huh? Say again.
You keep your phone keeps cutting off. Your phone keeps cutting off. It's a bad connection.
Yeah, I have no idea what it is. I really
It's probably
don't.
an
I
iPhone.
mean,
You got an iPhone?
uh,
You on an iPhone,
I
Malik?
do have iPhone.
Yeah, yeah. Usually for whatever this app don't really
What
like
do they
iPhones that much.
have? Hello?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but like if you got like a laptop or something, it'd be better
I
to
don't.
go through that. Then the
I don't
connection be.
understand why people even do that anymore. That's silly as can be. Uh, um,
Yeah.
hmm. uh, I
But let's go ahead and just move on with the show. So after that,
don't know. You
after you
know,
breaking up,
my
Malik.
laptop.
Yeah, just try to see if you get on a laptop, but the cell phone ain't working right now. Yeah, but so after that, you said that you wasn't gonna you said that you was gonna stop dancing after the Dr. Sabi encounter and
Yeah, and
everything like
actually,
that.
Dr. Sabi was like that when Dr. Sabi met me like the second time. He was like, "Don't go back to that thing. Don't go back to those
Yeah,
girls. You're not that type of girl. I don't like that for you, honey."
yeah.
He said, I don't like that lifestyle for you, honey." He said,
Hmm.
trust me, you can do better for yourself.
And I remember during that time, like me and you was talking, we was talking a lot around that time. Um, you was telling me how it was affecting your self esteem, being a dancer, being in that lifestyle, and that you wasn't going to go back, and you didn't. So, and I think you stuck to your guns on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm proud of you for that. What was life like after leaving the dancing world? And I think it's around 2016. It was.
2016, I was diagnosed with liver cancer, and I
Hmm.
had to go to Chicago to dialysis center. And that's where I was out of dancing for so long. I went to the dialysis center and I stayed in a homeless shelter for unhealthy veterans. And
Hmm.
I stayed in a homeless shelter for 18 months. And I was going back and forth to the dialysis treatment at Jesse Brown. And then after I was doing that, I started doing mental health and day hospital as well, because after I stopped dancing, I was getting stalked. I was getting vilified. I was being abused behind the scenes,
Hmm.
and I was also sick. I couldn't dance, but it seemed like the people didn't care whether I was sick or not. They just saw a pretty face and a big butt, and they just wanted to just exploit me. They didn't care about anything else. Um, so after I got into that, Chicago had put me in a folk rehabilitation program, the same one that I just graduated from here, and I started going to school studying pathology. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was in Chicago, right?
Yes. So all of that
Okay.
happened for me, and then I did the suicide. They sent me the doctors and the program I was in, the homeless shelter program I was in, had me volunteering at Roosevelt College for suicide prevention. So I started doing gardening and cleaning up the streets of Chicago with a group, picking up garbage and planting flowers and just doing different volunteer works in the city of Chicago. And I was just learning how to be a humble citizen and I
Hmm.
loved it. It made me feel so much more better than than I ever felt before. Not only that, beating a liver ascites. I had liver ascites, which is like a stage away from cirrhosis of the liver. Beating liver ascites really was a wake up call for me, because I was like, yo, I never drank alcohol like that. I didn't take drugs. What's happening here? And what they was explaining to me was that my stress levels were very, 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 very high. And I suffered so much bereavement that my organs started breaking down.
Hmm.
And I didn't know, when I started learning about what stress and trauma can do to you, it can kill you. When I had liver cancer, I couldn't stay up more than 3 hours at a time. So every 3 hours, I would just doze off and go to sleep. Even if I'm like, I could be in a mall somewhere, and I'll just, after 3 hours, I'll sit on the bench and just knock out and can't, or I'll be driving my car, and after I'm driving for like, if I'm in traffic, I'll pull over the side and just clock out. Like, I just could not stay up. I just kept going to sleep, kept going to sleep, kept going to sleep. Let me find out Star got a green thumb. Laugh out loud. A green thumb? What's that?
No, she's talking about growing herbs and
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now,
vegetables and stuff.
yes. Oh yes. Oh yes. And I learned a lot um from pathology school, and from my this Indian doctor who helped me with my liver problem. And I just started getting real good at it. And I think after that whole ordeal, after doing Chicago, after staying in the homeless shelter for 18 months, after beating liver ascites, I I didn't want to. I was like, okay, now I know for a fact that I can't go back to dancing, because it almost killed me, and I didn't even know that I was that stressed out. I didn't know that I had that much stress, that my body started giving way on me. And I think now, the way that I was handling this stress right here for these last 3 years, what happened was, what keeps haunting me is the liver cancer, the liver ascites. That haunts me every time I think about somebody hurting my feelings, or something too challenging. I start thinking about that, and then I just be like, nah, you can't, you don't belong over here. Get away from me. Like, let me tell y'all how I've been handling stress. If it's something that's gonna hurt my feelings, like, let's say anything, it could be anything. It could be a man. Let's say a man didn't choose me, he chose another woman. And I go home and I'm like, oh man, he didn't choose me. The first thing I tell myself is, nope, you don't belong over here. Get out of my face. I don't want those feelings. Go over there. Leave me alone. And I'll start playing like forest music, flute music. And I'll start doing different things. Maybe go get a hobby, maybe go to a dance class, maybe go to a cycling class, maybe read a new book, maybe learn something new. And it'll totally erase or excavate whatever it is that's bothering me. It'll totally annihilate it. Like, so that's how I've learned how to manage my stressors. I also have a book here that I keep daily. I keep a book around me daily, and it has all my triggers. So anything that I feel like is going to trigger me, I write it down and I stay away from it. So if I know that it's a trigger to hurt me or to stress me out, I totally get away from it. And people say, well, you can't run away from life. You're running away from life. You're running away from life. But it's not really running away. Life is too short for you to be um stressing over something that you can't change. God grant you the serenity to change the things. You know that, y'all know the serenity prayer.
Yeah,
Um
the serenity prayer.
yeah, so I don't bother with things. Like, if there's a celebrity I don't like, if their music comes on, I turn it off. If their show comes on, I turn it off. If there's a guy that I love but he don't love me back, I just stop thinking about him. I start doing something else. If there's something that I want that I can't afford, I just won't look at it, or I'll just be like, you know what, I can't have it. I'm not going over there. Like, whatever I feel like is going to make me mad or make me upset, I totally go the opposite direction of it.
Mm-hmm.
because I'm not. I know that I know I can't handle a lot of heartache and pain. I can't handle it. And that's why another thing too, I tell people that have never faced real pain, they're just weak candy asses and they're just playing victim. Because if you've really been through pain and you've really been through stress, you would never try to harm someone else intentionally. Because I mean, I'm not gonna
Yeah.
say that I haven't harmed other people. I'm not perfect, but intentionally, my intentions is never to harm. So um because I'm a person who have dealt with high levels of stress and heartache myself. Um Now I can't every guy that hollers at me, of course, I have to reject them if I don't like them like that because I don't want to hurt them. So I'd rather if a guy holler at me like, "Oh, could I take you to dinner?" If I know that I don't like him like that, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna make up an excuse because I don't want to lead him on and go out to dinner with him and then I break his heart. So as far as rejection, that's something different. I hate that because I hate turning people down because a lot of men do holler at me, but that's the only thing I'm praying about like because I hate hurting people. I hate that. Like I totally don't like hurting anyone.
Oh yeah. Is King of the Geechee, is that Malik?
No, King of Geechee is our guy on he's the
Yeah,
one
he
who
did
did
the
the
poster
flyers.
for us. Yeah,
He did the
yeah.
flyers.
I appreciate
Yeah,
that. I'm gonna give
family.
you
Yeah,
a shout out. So let me
yeah, King of
yeah,
Geechee.
I'll make sure y'all subscribe to him. Thanks
Yeah.
so much for the
Or
flyer.
her. I think it's a
Yeah.
female. I think it's my Mashiha. It's a female and
Okay.
a male. It's two of them. It's a male and a female.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She said that's her
Yeah.
daily
Appreciate
mantra, serenity prayer. Yeah, and
you. Yeah.
I tell dancers all the time. So I'm coming out with a book called The Whole Diet. I tell dancers all the time. I love y'all. We're people too. Even though I'm not a dancer anymore, I still identify with y'all because I've been out there. So I feel y'all pain, I feel y'all struggle. And I also want my brand to represent all the hoes, the prostitutes, and the girls
Dancers.
out the street
Yeah.
as
Yeah.
well. I will never ever talk down to y'all. I will never ever treat y'all like y'all less than me or I'm better because I know what it is out there, ladies. And I've met some of the most genuine people outside the streets than I have in a church setting or in a business setting. To
Hmm.
be honest with you, I mean, I've had a bad run in a couple times, but for the most part, dancers are people too, and what I want to advocate if I do become big and my brand goes real viral, I want to advocate to stop the violence in the strip clubs. Women should not have to feel pressured when they're out there trying to get themselves out of pain and poverty. If I could open Oshun shelters, Oshun apartment complexes that only rent to dancers, that only rent to dancers and rent around y'all tips and stuff like that, I would where you don't have to be somebody's bottom or somebody's top. Not that I'm trying to run the pimps out of business because pimps got do what they do and they do what they do, but not every dancer requires a pimp. Everybody's coming in that game with a different story, and I think that that's also unfair too because somebody doesn't have a pimp doesn't mean they should be vilified because
Yeah.
that's not fair. A woman is a woman, and if a woman wants to sell her body to get herself out of whatever situation she's in, that doesn't mean she has to go run into some pimp because she's getting a lot of clients and customers. It's not, you don't know
Hmm.
what that person's problem is. So that's something else that I kind of wanted to I've been trying to embark on. Like I have a lot of ideas in my head that I want to bring to the forefront of our country, America, because I've been in the trenches and I've seen a lot and I know what the people need and I know what the people want. I know what people's problems are because I've been
Yeah.
out there. And
Yeah. And if you out there working in that lifestyle or in that industry, like I was saying on Conscious TV, like one girl just tried to disregard the humanity of dancers or any even people that work in the sex industry. You know what I'm saying? They are human beings too. You know, it's just because they are part of a certain industry doesn't mean they lose their humanity. And if we do start to show people humanity who are in those industries, maybe that could be a pathway for them to, what I'm saying, grow beyond that and, do bigger and better things moving forward as they get older.
Yeah, because like I
So,
told you, Octavius, there's a lot of
mm,
dancers out there that they make big money, but they can't get an apartment in name because they don't have a pay stub or they got criminal backgrounds. So what
mhm,
happens is they're out in the street, and then you got this guy here who has an apartment in his name, and he has a nice car. They can't even get car loans. He has a nice car, and then he brings this car and this apartment around this girl, and she's hustling, and he's like, "Well, come on and be my bitch," and then here's your sister wife, and then next thing so and that's fine. That's fine if it works for them, but that type of thing doesn't work for everyone. And
mhm.
I think that we should not monopolize sex. Sex should
Yeah.
not be a monopoly. It's a human right. Sex is a
Mhm.
human right. It should not be a monopoly. You have people out here who have sex addictions. If they don't have sex, they'll kill themselves. I've had clients where they can't even get a real woman to give them the time of day or take them out for coffee or nothing. And they need women like me who wants to rub their face and say hi and treat them like a human and hold my hand and maybe go lay on the beach and watch a movie with them or something like that. But I have a whole team of pimps and hoes that's telling me I can't do that for this customer because I don't have a daddy to give my money to. That's not fair.
Yeah.
And now
Yeah.
this trick, he has to be with somebody. He has to be scheduled a hoe that he probably doesn't even want. Like I've had tricks wanting to take me out for the night, but he already has a contract with this pimp family, and he's like, man, I wanted to take you out, but I came here for Sheila, and he didn't really come there for Sheila. He was pigeonholed into taking her out because it's a lot. It's a lot, and it's not right. You can't
Mhm.
monopolize sex. You should not do that.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying?
No,
And
I get what you're saying.
yeah, sex is a gift from
Yeah.
God. Being able to have sex and have intercourse is a gift from God. And I don't really believe that if you have sex that you're sinning. I think if you commit adultery, you're sinning. If you're not married and you're single, you can do what you want with your vagina and your penis. Now, if you have a contract and you're married, it said in the Bible says, "Thou shalt not commit adultery." Okay,
Mhm.
it has
Yeah.
nothing. You can't. You're not going to tell me that sex is bad when God created sex for you to procreate and make babies.
Yeah. Yeah. So how was life? 2018 was a very turmoil. It was one of the hardest years for you probably in your life, right?
Mhm.
And we know about the infamous interview and all that kind of stuff. But without going into that, how was life around that time? I know you had just got Phoenix. I know you had Phoenix. Um,
Hold on one
and
second. Hold on one
yeah,
second. Give me just a second. Nikki, where you at? Oh, okay.
make sure y'all get those likes up. Let's help the channel out. If you're listening, you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe. Let's help the
I was
channel out.
checking on my dog. I'm sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Let me
Yeah, I know 2018 in general, 2018, without going into all the other stuff that happened during that year. I
Mhm.
think people want to know like how was life that year for you, and then from there moving up into this
Oh
date
no,
now.
I've been got my son back when I was dancing. I got my son back 2 years after I was dancing. So
Hmm.
as far as the interview is concerned, I had my son with the interview too. I
Yeah,
had
because I remember you was walking with him at the time. Yeah,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that
No,
one. Yeah.
I had my son had a nanny. My son lived with me when I was a dancer. Like that was after the homeless stuff and all that. I ended up getting my son back. I didn't get off probation until 2016, but I've been had gotten my son back. But as far as
Yeah.
the year of the interview, it was a colossal of stuff. There was a celebrity male that I was trying to be. I was trying to be with a male, a celebrity. He's a male. He's in the industry, and I was trying to be his woman. And then that interview happened at the same time, so I got hit from two different angles. He felt like I was trying to use him to fight my battles or to mess up his. I don't know what he felt, but I just know that he became my enemy around the time when I did the interview. So I had two different marketing groups like attacking me. They put me in a sandwich basically.
Yeah.
So I made two bad mistakes. I made two bad mistakes in 2018, 2017, 2018, 2000. I had just moved back from Costa Rica. You know, I just did my whole spiritual journey. I just cleansed myself. I was feeling high on life. I did the whole Costa Rica thing. Then I come back and I had this interview, and then I had this male celebrity. I'm trying to holler at him. His bitches is mad. I didn't even know he had a girlfriend. Didn't know he had a wife. I thought he was single. So now I got his wife, his girlfriends, whoever is attacking me from over here. I thought he was single. I thought the man was single because you know me, Octavius. You know I'm not gonna never. I don't believe in that. I'm a Christian woman. I believe in karma. If a man got a woman, it's all bets are off with me. So like if I try to holler at you, Octavius, and I find out you got a wife, I'm going the other direction, just like that. That's it.
Yeah.
But I guess his girl or his woman or his camp or whatever felt like I was doing voodoo on him and trying to force a situation that wasn't organic, and that's totally out of my character. So I had that situation, and then I had the whole beef with the alleged rapper situation. So I got hit in the head from two different groups. And then not only that, now the two different groups has hit me in the head, but then the same people who've been riding my coattail on social media since 2011, they jump in. So now I got like 3 or 4 different families. They're all trying to burn the witch right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I know you spoke about like going into shelters around that time. You know what I
Yes.
mean? And I know it was a few of your military friends that we talked to behind the scenes that helped you out with that. And we're gonna do a show with them too. But I see that we got to work out some technicalities and everything like that. But you want to give a brief overview of that time frame?
Well, without mentioning the male rapper, I went out with a male rapper, and my family wasn't too happy about that. And I ended up going to jail for something I didn't do. And then it was a misunderstanding. I called the fire department because my family didn't want me going out with the guy, and they locked me in the house. So I called the fire department to open the door for me. And when the fire department got there, they was told that I was being violent, and I ended up getting locked up, so I couldn't go out with him the next day. And I didn't have anybody to bail me out of jail because in the state of Georgia, you can't bail yourself out of jail. Somebody has to come and sign you out. So I called him to bail me out, but I guess I probably shouldn't have. But I wasn't thinking. I was frantic at the time. So I ended up getting my military friend, somebody who I was doing the military with, to come and bail me out, and he helped me get plugged in with the shelter system in New York City. So that's how I ended up leaving Atlanta, Georgia. I had left straight. I got locked up, and I got out of jail, picked up my son. We went over to my military friend took me over to the hospital, and we hitched a ride from the hospital to New York. Me and my son, we didn't even have winter coats. We came in the dead of the winter, and he had plugged me up with a homeless shelter for single parents home. So it was a veteran shelter for single parents. I got there, and I was getting a small check a month because people keep talking about, oh, you get a check, but it wasn't enough for me to survive off of it. It was like, I mean, it wasn't enough for me and my son to pay rent and stuff like that. So I had to get there and get my education, save up some money, and then instead of me getting an apartment in New York, I got one in Philly. But I was taking the train for free because when you're a veteran, you don't have to pay for transportation from Philadelphia or New Jersey to New York. It's
Yeah,
free.
public transportation is free
Yeah,
most
it's
time.
free with your ID.
Yeah.
So the rent was cheaper in Philadelphia, and I was getting food stamps at the time. I don't get food stamps no more. Of course, I work. So I was getting food stamps. I was paying very low rent. And then I also had my little scholarship. I had my little scholarship from school. That's how I was able to save the money to go to Mexico to get my breast fixed. I was a straight A student in college, so I was getting scholarships and stuff and grants and different things. So the little bit of leftover from the books that I didn't buy, that I didn't need because I was studying on the internet and I was going to the library on the internet and going to the school libraries and stuff and sharing books with some of my coworkers. I mean, not my coworkers, my classmates and stuff. I was able to save some of my grant money, and I used my grant money to go to Mexico and Puerto Rico to go do that. But
Hmm.
people are nosy. They're online and they're saying all kinds of other stuff that they don't know what they're talking about. And it's sad because people just don't save their money and they project themselves on other people. Um,
Yeah.
so I was able to save my grant money from getting straight A's. I didn't have to buy certain books that they were giving me money and stipends for. And yeah, so that's basically why I moved to Philadelphia because I couldn't afford the rent in New York, but I still was going to college in New York, which I got my master's degree. I just got my master's degree 3 weeks ago, guys. I just got my
Hmm.
master's 3 weeks ago, and I got my bachelor's last year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I saw the graduation pictures of you have on up.
thank you. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
posted my degree and everything online.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a great thing that, you came from, such adversity and to the point you are now.
And
And
they
also,
and they tried, and this group tried to
mm,
stop me from getting a job too. They try to get people not to hire me to, like, they basically wanted me to be poor and just out of luck. Like, I don't, they was just gunning for me to not have nothing. So I actually got my job through my program because I was trying to go on interviews and stuff in Philadelphia, and the same group had fake people calling my phone, talking about, oh, this is so and so from so and so company. Would you like to interview with us tomorrow? And then they'll have like a whole drawn out interview with me, and then say you don't got the job. They doxed all of my emails. They started sending me job offers through emails, fake job offers through emails, just so that I could get a no. So once I found out that the people from the internet was playing with my email accounts and my job search, I just went through my program and I got a job through them.
oh, okay.
Thank you.
Oh, somebody wanted to know about the soap business. Like, are you getting back into it?
Okay, so actually I'm running a couple of businesses now. But I haven't put my face to them because right now is not the time to do that. But what I will say is the beauty business is Rihanna. She can have that because her and Kim Kardashian, they have this. I don't know. I don't know what kind of. I don't know them personally. I don't know Rihanna. I don't know Kim Kardashian, but I do notice that there's some type of shadow band type of competition between me and Kim Kardashian and Rihanna, and I love both of those girls. I mean, they've always been like my favorite celebrities. I've always looked up to them. I've always, my mom's side is from Barbados, so I've always had a deep rooted love for Rihanna's brand. Kim Kardashian, I just always thought that her swag was impeccable, but unfortunately, they have been displaying to me in very subliminal ways that they don't like me. So I don't I'm not trying to get into an industry fighting with people that I really don't. I'm not looking to have any problems with. Like, it's not that I'm afraid of competition, but I'm a woman that's in tune with nature. And one thing that I do know is that nature does not compete, it collaborates. When you start competing, you start to kill. When you collaborate, you start to bring life. So unfortunately, I don't think that the beauty business has room for my face attached to it. Um, do I still sell soap and do I still um give beauty tips? Yes, I do. I haven't stopped. I haven't stopped. A lot of I have very good clientele and I make nice money on the side. But as far as me trying to go viral or trying to compete with those ladies, I don't know what kind of inside beef or family, whatever they got towards me. I don't know if it's over the alleged rapper or if it's over the guy that I was thought that was supposed to be my husband and he's not. I don't know what that's about. But here nor there,
Yeah.
um, I do plan on expanding my beauty businesses, but unfortunately my face and my name won't be attached to them. It's
Oh,
unfortunate
okay.
because yeah, it's just too much. The beauty business is supposed to be fun. I'm not trying to. I'm a businesswoman. I'm not trying to make money and have drama unnecessarily because I'm not
Mhm.
in competition with those women.
All right, we're gonna spend probably the next 30 minutes probably taking some questions from the crowd.
Okay.
If you're not a subscriber, if you're not if you're gonna come up, guys, make sure you have your subscriber name so that way we can identify you. Because we don't want no trolls or whatnot. Because trust me, there's a lot of them out there. So I'm
Now
gonna
you can
drop
let
the
the
link right
trolls on.
now.
You can let the trolls on now. I'm calm. We won't have no more
Mhm.
outbursts, Octavius. Let the troll.
Yeah.
Sometimes the trolls will kind of tell you what the gossip is about you. You wanna when you're in business, you wanna kind of know. You want to be in the know anyway. So it's all good. See
Hmm.
how mature I'm getting today. You see, I told you
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
ready for this one. Yep.
All right. Yeah, my friend Angelica, she also does soaps herself. So
Yeah.
she has a soap making company. All right, I'm
Uh,
gonna let
no,
refuse to lose is in the back, so I'm gonna let on.
okay.
How you doing, refuse to lose?
Hey, how are y'all? How are y'all? Let
All
me
right.
just say that you guys are doing a great job. Star, you continue to hold yourself together and believe in yourself no matter what the obstacles are. No one can take what God has for you. And I know you're very spiritual, and I know you know that. And I have a question as an older woman. These bags on my eyes, what do I do with them?
Well, it depends.
We're
So,
not giving no medical advice, so just for the record, it's just suggestions.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
well, you know what? And I'm gonna tell you this too. It There's no one way to like what may work for me may not work for you. So, with that being said, is you may need somebody to analyze you first. You know,
Hmm.
like
Yes.
you're what like for example, like I'm a O blood type, so vitamin C can't work for me. Like you know how people put vitamin C on their skin to get rid of dark spots.
Hmm.
Vitamin C will never get rid of my dark spots because O blood type women, vitamin C is like it's
I'm
vitamin
always
C
well.
is like huh
I'm always well.
exactly. So that's okay. So you're old just like me. So what I would say, what do I do for my bags under my eyes? I don't have them anymore. Um, I would say distilled water, really, because that's really just inflammation. To be honest with you,
Right.
you can also do Vaseline. You know, petroleum jelly.
Hmm.
You can put it around your eyes at night. Petroleum jelly, just pure petroleum jelly. Put it around your eyes every night. Or you can also use vitamin E capsules. Put them around your eyes every night. I know it's gonna feel thick and stuff, but within like a
Hmm.
week or two, those bags will go down your eyes and be so beautiful. Just that simple. It's
All
that
right, I'm
simple.
on it.
But the water is very important because bags under the eyes, cellulite, all of that stuff is all inflammation. Like cellulite is not fat, and I'm gonna teach you guys about that too when I have my show because I got a lot of stuff coming up. I don't want to get off the eye bag thing, but yeah, so gasoline, petroleum jelly around the eyes. You could also use olive oil, but olive oil is kind of thin. You want something thick and pasty so it can absorb in there. And you know what's really good? How old are you?
I'll be 50 this year.
Castor oil. Castor oil. Don't use petroleum jelly. Use castor oil. Castor oil is like a laxative for the skin, so it'll purge. It'll not only will it oil down the dry part, but it'll also purge the inflammation out. So what your eye bags will do is they'll regurgitate. It'll pull out the inflammation. You know your skin is permeable.
Right. Will that help like
Yes.
the whole face or just the eyes? Is it okay to use it on the whole face? This video is for educational purposes only. Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'm glad you asked that question. So if I told you something, I suffered adult acne. I actually suffered adult acne before and used to wash my face with castor oil only and no soap. So people think washing your face with soap will get rid of acne, but you have to do the opposite because what happens is when you wash your face with soap and you have acne, the natural sebum that's supposed to come up from the inside, you're washing it away, and your body is producing the bumps because you're washing all the sebum out. So when you do have acne issues or bumps and stuff, yes, you can wash your whole face with castor oil. So how you do it is you take the castor oil and you rub it in the skin, but you have to do it with water so it can have that filmy feel because it's sticky. Castor oil is sticky and it has that filmy feel, but don't use no soap. Don't use no soap. And you just wash your face with that castor oil and take it off, and your face will be smooth like a baby's behind. And then at nighttime, before you go to bed, put castor oil around the eye and don't take it off.
Okay, thank you.
Don't use the petroleum jelly. Yeah, you're welcome, girl. Use the castor oil for you.
Yeah, also with castor oil, I remember the old folks in Florida, they used to use castor oil for floaters on the eyes. It's just one of the folk remedies, but I'm not saying that's anything.
Yes, I love castor oil for face problems.
Yeah, for floaters and
castor oil gets rid of acne like 1, 2. It's just overnight, like 1, 2.
That's
3.
good to know because my 16-year-old is suffering with acne, and she seemed to think all these products is for her, and I'm like, no. So
castor oil. Tell her do castor oil for a week. Tell her you got it from Starmarie. Starmarie knows. I put my name on it. I'm not a medical doctor, but Starmarie suggestion: if you're suffering from acne really bad, throw away the protein. Now, let me not say that. I don't want to mess up other people's brand, but listen, if you don't got the money, we're gonna do it that way. If you don't got the money, get you a bottle of castor oil and wash your face with that. Use any soap whatsoever. Do not use anything.
Thank you.
You're welcome, darling.
Y'all have a good night. I'm here.
All right. Miss Barbara, I seen you come up and you fell off. If anybody else want to come back up, just the link is at the top. Make sure you just go ahead and hit the link and you'll be in the restreams. You can ask a question. So we're gonna be here for the next 26 minutes and we're gonna close it out at 11. So if anybody else have a question, just go ahead and hit the link. It's at the top of the chat. Who we got here?
Hello.
How you doing?
Hello, Starmarie.
Hi, Miss Barbara. How are you?
I have been so anxious to speak to you because I want to tell you something.
Yes, ma'am.
I was born in Brooklyn, raised in Harlem, and I had to move upstate for a situation for about 30 years. I came back, Harlem was gone. And being diagnosed, like, we talk about how the government diagnosed us. You understand? I had a trauma with some cool cuts Klansmen in the county I was living in, violating my civil rights. And I think that you will be a great person to help. I'm sorry, I'm in my baby nursery. A great person to help people that's homeless, because I've never not paid my rent. I always paid my rent. But when I had to move back to New York City, they
A signal went bad for.
Yo, everybody's signal going bad tonight. Ain't that
No,
something?
it's restreamed. It doesn't like cell phones, and it's like I should have got StreamYard. What this thing doing? Oh, she fell off. We got Angelica. How you doing, Angelica?
Hey, I just wanted to come in and say hi real quick. How's
Hmm.
everyone this evening?
Pretty
Good.
good.
Good, good. I just wanted to really quickly come up here and say thank you to both of you guys again for doing this live. I always enjoy these. And then last thing is that Star, I think you should get a shirt made that just says perseverance on it because I was just listening to you, and that's to me your embodiment. Um, it's always so humbling listening to people speak their truth, and that's really it. That's all I wanted to say.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much,
Yes, and
Angelica.
I'm so sorry to be rambling. I'm so sorry to be rambling, but I just want her to really check out this program, NACA, and help people get into this program because there's thousands of people that's trying to already be eligible. So the clients are already there. I see you succeeding in that greatly, Star. I'm sorry, my cable for some reason is messing up.
Oh no,
Okay,
you fine.
Look at
It's
this.
the
I can't
nature of
even
this
hear you.
program I have. It doesn't like cell
Miss
phones
Barbara,
like that.
I was offered a homeless shelter position in Chicago as well. And I go to the Salvation, I'm a member of the Salvation Army Church right now at this time. I'm gonna look into NACA though, like you're saying, but I definitely wanted when first and foremost, my brand, whatever my brand is, if I make a lot of money, because one thing I do know is that you can't help people unless you have money. And I had to help myself so that I could be a bigger help to other people. So one thing that my brand is
No, let me tell you. The reason why I recommend this for you is because you are a genius. You will be able to pass that real estate test. The clients are already there, and you're going to teach people how the system works. And who are the people? The people in the ghetto that don't know how to purchase a home. Once you get that information and knowledge, you're going
what real estate test. Okay, so okay, I gotta take a real estate test. Okay, I'm gonna look into that.
not. But a lot of times you try to help people and they ignorant and they don't want help and you got a bunch of problems. These people are going to NACA because they want help. You can make minimum wage job and own property in New York City. That's my point. I want us to
Oh, I
stop
didn't know that.
paying rent
Wow.
and stop looking for Section 8 vouchers and secure real estate for our families that's living in the ghetto. It's possible. That's my point. And my daughter obtained her real estate license. My problem is that I'm only educated by the Holy Spirit. I was never able to get that government education, but God revealed so many things to me. And I've walked through the valley of shadow of death. And I worked for the American gangsters. You understand? And I hung out with those niggas paid in full. You understand? I was a hustler. You know, that was my lifestyle. I was getting money packages, you know, that was my lifestyle. You understand? And actually my Dominican boyfriend was selling drugs for the 54th precinct. That's not allegedly. You know what I mean? So I've been through that valley of shadow of death. And now I want to help people. I want to help people get into this program. I myself is not successful. My daughter obtained her real estate dollars a 90-day average in school. You know, I know you are going to be enriched with this. Once you figure out that formula, you're going to give it up, and the clients are already there. And unfortunately, you're going to be a millionaire. I'm sorry, darling.
Well, I really
I'm
appreciate that because Miss Barbara, you definitely are in tune to me because I'm definitely in that direction. Matter of fact, the career that I have now, I'm actually I do more finance. I'm on the finance side of
a
the house,
blessing. My
but
cable going in and out.
uh, But I
I'm
do.
so sorry. My cable is going in and out. That's the devil trying to stop a blessing.
Yeah, I do work right now with the needy and people who are in need of help. Like that's my passion. Like my passion
And,
is to
and yes, and you need to start your own organization, like get the government to start funding you. Like once you listen, I'm telling you, Star is right there. Once you get this formula, I'm telling you, Star. God is
okay.
telling me to tell you this. The Holy Spirit.
Yes, ma'am.
Millions of people in the ghetto. Once you find out that formula, how a person is supposed to get these houses and how you can help them get into this program, you are going to help the ghetto. A lot of people don't know it's possible. Buy a house and be middle class or be low income and buy a house. A lot of people don't know this information. That's what you're going to start. Then you're going to hire another, and you're going to help people, you know, in real estate, start your own real estate broker in the ghetto. Everybody don't have to go in real estate to be a millionaire, but you are going to become a millionaire because is that we're feeling the fact that the little judges in Tompkins County, Ithaca, New York, and for his pay's sake, I'll say allegedly, but they are stealing allegedly housing preservation.
She's breaking up, but keep going though.
Because they took. Go to my page, you'll see.
All right, Miss Barbara, I
Wish
think
my
I had
avatar was up. But
yeah, but what I did
you.
is I modded you, so just go ahead and drop your whatever information in the chat, and we'll have the people go to your page.
I don't know how to do that. That's what I'm saying. I wanted my avatar to be up like it was in the chat, but I don't know how to do all of it. But thank y'all. I don't want to be rambling on, but
yeah, but you could drop.
We enjoy
Yeah, drop your
your
link in the chat, and I'll send people to your channel.
I don't know how to drop it. You got to drop it for me, Star. You got to do
Okay.
it for me.
All right.
Yeah,
I'll get one of my mods to
no,
do it.
I want Star to.
Let me see.
Yeah, I want Starmarie to see that video I made about Tompkins County, Ithaca, New York, violating our civil rights. Because one thing about it, I was born in the 60s, okay? So therefore, you just couldn't be stupid. You had to be down with Malcolm X, Dr. King, or hustling. You just couldn't be an idiot out there. You understand? Right. And we have to, you know, I get real political on my page and say how we have to take this government to court. The NAACP is robbing from us allegedly. Black Lives Matter allegedly. These are all of my thoughts that I put down and I discuss. So I got a lot going on, but I can prove everything that I got to say because I get none of my information from books. I got it all through the Holy Spirit. And that's when God revealed to me that we didn't come here from underneath no slave ships. We came here in golden ships and we dethroned ourselves. How did I know all that information? The Holy Spirit led me to the professors that you know, to reveal the information that I was saying. How did I know that I didn't come? My ancestors didn't go. The American government paid $5 to kill us. $5 to kill us. We was enslaved in our own land and received nothing.
She breaking up.
I'm not okay. I said we was enslaved in our own land and received nothing but jail, institute, and death. That's all we received. Now that COVID has, that C word has came, and people jobs are available either due to death or people just leaving their jobs because of no shots. People in the ghetto are now finally getting a job. Who is the ghetto? Just because you got my color, you're not me. You understand? For the longest, they have been appeasing the United Nations by giving people with our color, our benefits, our storefronts, our housing. The Black American man has not been receiving anything. And that's what you're going to stop. You're going to help us receive housing. And that's the Holy Spirit message I got to give to you, Star. You're going to help the ghetto to get houses. That mother that has a middle class or a low income job, but she could get a house through NACA, NACA. She will be able to get a house. And what's going to help is that you have to speak in front of, you have to give seminars, you have to advertise on internet. But I'm not doing this to advertise on internet. I'm doing this so no younger person will feel the pain of homelessness. I was like Pharaoh.
It's very painful.
Yes,
It's very, very extremely painful. It's the most
yes.
excruciating
I
thing.
was like Moses being put in the pit. I was like Moses being put in the pit. Now you could talk. That's how I seen it. I was, because I lived in Harlem. I was a hustler. Stop playing with me. I had everything, and then I had to
You
go
know what
through
saved
being.
you know what saved me, Miss Barbara, though? I'm from New York like you, and I grew up with
I'm
my
going
uncles
in and out.
my uncles were on drugs, crackheads and heroin addicts and stuff like that. So when I went to the shelter, all the crackheads and stuff, they sat
Like
around.
Whitney Houston.
I just used to, yeah, because they be like, how you have all these crackhead friends and all these heroin addict
Oh,
friends and all these junkie
my
friends?
internet is acting up.
But I don't know. I don't see when I'm around.
Now wait a minute. Now don't go talking about people. Wait a minute.
Nah,
Don't
it's
go
true
talking
though.
about people, because I'm like Whitney Houston. We spent too much money to do crack. Crack was whack. We called it freebasing and cocaine.
Yeah, but you get what
Was
I'm saying
making
though.
you crazy.
I think that I would do very well in the ghetto because I do understand. I
Yes.
understand very much so.
Excellent.
Like
Yes.
I have a big heart, especially for,
Yes.
like, I don't like when people look down on people because you don't know, a lot of crackheads out there are some very smart people. They come from very good homes. They've been through a lot of things, and you don't
Yes. Yes.
can't
Yes.
just write somebody off because they're going
Yes.
through a vulnerability in their life.
Yes. And
Because
you can stop
that's what people
calling
did.
that.
That's
Yes.
what people did to me. They wrote me off because I had vulnerability.
Exactly. But it's not what people call you, it's what you answer to. And I want you to know that you are entering a new world, not the world of Illuminati. Don't nobody want Kim Kardashian. Don't no black woman want Kim Kardashian makeup. We need makeup from you, black sister. We need a soap from you so we can wash our face with. Stop it. You're not going to be in the Illuminati world no more. You're going to be in the world of heaven. That's what the ghetto has to do, live heaven on.
Yes, I totally agree. And not
Acting up
only
tonight.
that,
My internet is acting up, and I never used this stream before. I have StreamYard. I have a different stream.
Yeah,
So I'm just
StreamYard is
new to
better for
this
cell
one.
phones.
But trust and believe, Starmarie, I've made hustlers millions and millions of dollars, and I'm telling you, and I've also guided a lot of people that are so intelligent with my direction, and they are now millionaires on the estate. Yeah, my stream is messed up.
No, we can hear you good. Yeah, but I also want to thank you for speaking up on Nick at Night and also on Conscious TV, Miss Barber, because you saw it for what it was and you brought it home. If anybody doubted, Star, you brought it home that on both ends. So
Baby, I knew
I
I
want
was
to thank you
going
so
to
much.
tell that story right.
Yeah.
I knew I was going to tell that story right, because, and then I didn't even know. See, the Holy Spirit told me about her personality, but when I shortly looked at 1 minute of a video, she was saying how much of a genius she is and how she helped people, and then in return they want to assault her and fight her. The Holy Spirit told me that. You know,
Yeah.
because this is why the Holy Spirit is telling me this is for her. NACA. She's to get a real estate license. She's to get a broker's license, and she's to work for that organization and then start her own part, like sponsor off from it and get the same kind of grants and do the same kind of thing that they doing for the ghetto, because they don't give this information to the ghetto. People in the
Yeah.
ghetto don't know this. We got to teach people how to stay off, stop getting these phones, making a credit bad. You understand?
So you told me to get the real estate license first and then go apply for
Yes.
them?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. You know, but no. And also, if you don't own your own property again, get into the program yourself. Your income, you know, so they could give you your money to get your house. Because once you figure out how to do this, the ghetto is going to be blessed, baby. The ghetto is going to be blessed.
Yeah, my ex-girlfriend, she's a real estate agent. She's making most of her sales the way you're talking about with the low income single mothers, getting
Yeah,
houses down in Miami. They have similar programs in Miami like that. And
yes.
real
And
estate
the
agents
clients
now
are already
they're
there.
looking for the low income people
Yes,
more than
and
they
the
looking for
client,
people with good jobs.
yeah, and the thing about NACA,
Yeah.
the clients are already there. But what I
Hmm.
want Miss Genius Marie to do, and what God is going to bless this Queen of Egypt to do, is take that federal program when she really get into it and get the grants herself, so we can start our own monopoly of being able to really dish these grants out to the ghetto. The ghetto is in need of housing. They gentrified us, you understand? They gave people our color, our storefronts, our jobs, our affirmative action, everything. The ghetto is starving. The ghetto is dying. And I'm not, you know what I mean? For his page, I have to say allegedly the NAACP was infiltrated and stole from us. The Red Cross, you know how many charities they run in the name of the ghetto and the ghetto gets nothing? Right now, old lady pocketbooks and senior citizens are getting robbed in the city of New York because we don't have no money. No money. Biden didn't give the ghetto nothing. The ghetto is starving. The ghetto is dying. You understand? The ghetto is homeless. We have no communities. And everybody is taking our benefits. These countries are giving people from other countries, you understand, because they want the new slaves in. You know, they turned us into drug addicts and pimps and hoes. You understand? So now they got the new immigrants coming in. Those are the new slaves. They don't want the black American in the kitchen cooking no more. It's only the immigrants. You understand, we have to bring back our own factories. We have to make our own black Wall Streets. That's what we have to do. We have to make our own black Wall Street and start buying from one another and start buying designer clothes. Stop following behind the Illuminati, the Pied Piper, wanting what they want. I thank God you didn't get that Brazilian butt lift. Thank you,
I didn't
Jesus.
have enough fat in my stomach. I
Oh,
was so mad.
God
I
is
couldn't
good.
say nothing.
God is good. Now
But
it's
I
time
did
for you to
want
get money.
it.
And when you get your millions, don't you do this. Don't you do this. In fact, when you get your millions, have them breast things taken out of your breast hooked back up naturally. We're going to teach the children and the beautiful future of tomorrow that it ain't about fellatio. It's not about fellatio. And it's about finding love for one another. Whoever you love, long as you love. You understand? Because it's unfortunate how when men find themselves being kind to one another, people want to try to say that they something other than a person loving another person. You know, Starmarie, this is your blessing. This is your prophecy. You understand? You are a genius. You understand? You're going to call that agency. You're going to get into it, and you're going to do it. And
Thank
you
you so
don't
much, Miss
ever
Barbara.
compare yourself to no demons. You're not gonna be in that Illuminati world, girl. We need that soap. You understand? We need that soap. And other
And
and
I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna tell you,
that.
I'm gonna tell you, they've been doing sending me all types of subliminals. Like I don't know what I
Please,
did to these folks. I'm just
please.
like,
Please start a Mary Kay of that. Start a Mary Kay. Start other young black girls selling your products. Those natural soaps. That's what we need. We don't need all of this fake stuff that they got on our skin. So when you was talking about you don't want to compete against who, that beautiful Brianna, she got the makeup on lock. But don't you ever mention Cardi J in the hour sentence, honey. This is Black History Month. Keep it black.
Yeah. Miss Barbara, I have my co-host. She's into the same thing that you're into, a bit, Todd. And I would like for you to come in and chime in on one of her shows. We're gonna be doing soon. So I think you and her see it.
Anytime.
You know what it is, Miss Barbara? I'm not trying to be a part of the Mean Girls Club trying to help people. I'm not trying to help people and get and be a mean girl at the same time. I just
Listen,
like
you have to stop. Let me tell you something. This devil have been trying to beat you down to the ground. So you cannot do this right now what God called you to do.
okay.
You understand? Don't allow yourself to be beat down to the ground. Ground like that. All right, Nana. All right. Oh, come on. You can't be crying. Be on the... All right. Okay. You cannot allow the devils to take away the blessings. You understand? He take you away. He gonna take away that blessing, genius. I said, what you gonna do? I said, you're gonna find out where NACA is getting their money from and start your own organization in the ghetto. You understand?
Yes,
and also you're going to start a Mary Kay of girls selling these natural products, just like, Dr. Salby, how they took him down. But we need natural products. I need that soap from you. The last time I seen something good was Ambi, All right, God bless. Let me hear somebody else talk.
All right, then,
darling. Go to my please listen to all of my story, all of my, when I had my nervous breakdown, God had me do some preaching. So, listen to my page, Star, okay?
Yes,
listen,
ma'am.
because you will understand.
Okay, ma'am. I got you.
Darling.
Thank you, Miss Barbara.
All right, baby.
Anytime, Miss Barbara.
All right. Let me get out of here. I want to go back and see y'all. I don't know how to work this one here.
I'll take you out there.
Okay.
All right. Patsy Apparition, what's going on?
Oh, I forgot what I had to say. Miss Barbara just got my attention so much. I tell you, I had put a question in there, but I promise you I forgot because Miss Barbara, I need her information too. But I did want to ask Star, Miss Beautiful Star,
Thank
about
you.
dark circles around my eyes. How can I get rid of them?
Okay, so you can use.
It's not getting any medical advice, so
right.
We're not giving medical advice.
Do I need my or two?
You could do a paste. You can mix turmeric and aloe vera together and use papaya soap. It'll get rid. It'll get all that all of the darkness around your eyes and all the dark spots will be gone as well. Turmeric powder and aloe vera. You don't even have to use the aloe vera. You could just buy like an aloe vera gel or whatever.
Yeah, I have both of those.
And clean your face with that like every single day. You can do that, and you can also top it off. Like once you clean yourself, do the paste. Make the paste like a mask. Once you do the paste, and you do it every day, not once a week or twice a week, every day. You in there. You can top it off with a papaya soap, but make sure the papaya soap is 100% papaya. It's not Kojic soap because you don't want to bleach your skin. Black women should not be using bleach for their skin. That's disgusting. That's disgraceful. What dark spots is this dead skin cells, and it's really because the skin is not eating. You have to feed your skin. So turmeric is one of those inflammatory herbs or powders or vegetables or roots or whatever that really, really works well for Black women's skin. So you definitely, I like to buy turmeric in bulk, and I like to do a whole lot of different stuff with it. You can also, to exfoliate it before you wash it with the turmeric and use the paste, you can do a coffee scrub as well. Because what the caffeine is going to do, it's going to make the blood rush to the face. It's going to rush to the face because it's so high in caffeine. You don't feel it, but the blood in your body it'll make the blood rush to the face. Whenever blood is rushed to the face, the cells start to regenerate. So you can go ahead and do a coffee scrub as well. But turmeric and aloe vera gel definitely get rid of them dark spots, dark circles, and also dark circles also come from liver issues too. So you might want to do a liver purge, a liver cleanse, because usually when you have dark circles around the eyes, it's stemming from the liver. Because the liver needs
or
to be.
pre-diabetic.
So I used to have dark spots as well. So I had all these problems too. I have a lot of before and after pictures too. I just don't post them on, but I've had adult acne. I've had dark spots around the eyes. I've been overweight before. Everything that I teach, I've been there. So you're not talking to somebody who just was born with just like the perfect body and the perfect face, perfect teeth and all that stuff. No, I've had jaundice and all that stuff. I've been through all of it. So I'm telling you from my own experience. So definitely make sure that you're doing a liver cleanse, and you need to do a liver cleanse for at least 6 months to a year. It takes your body 2 years to get back to homeostasis. So anybody who tells you, oh, only 2 months, 3 weeks, that's a scam. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah, that's when I had started a liver cleanse. I did start a liver.
And you need to cleanse. You need to constantly cleanse the liver for at least a year to 2 years straight.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Also, I would suggest too, remove all high fructose corn syrup from your diet.
I did that.
Yeah.
I am doing, I'm doing all that and everything. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. And I got my hat star. Look.
Cute. Oh, you're Miss Patsy. I thought you was a troll. I'm so sorry about the other day. Oh, my boo boo. Oh, now I know who you are. Now I really be talking to you a lot. Okay. Good. Okay. I didn't know y'all was on my Facebook. Oh, okay. Oh. So sweet. Okay.
Guys, we're gonna probably go to 11:15. If anybody else want to come up, just hit the link. It's at the top of the chat, and we're gonna close it out at 11:15. I just want to give a special shout out to my co-hosts, Bit Tide, also Saida, Refuse to Lose, Angelica, Rosalind Campbell for your sweet and kind comments. V Bennett. Who else? Miss Barbara, of course.
Yeah, Miss Barbara.
And
so funny. I like her.
Yeah. And like I said, if you want to like email me about something, just go to my my about section of my channel and just email me, if you got any show topics or if you have any grievances or whatever, or you want me to champion your righteous cause, I'm all for it. This is an open panel here for the most part. And so like if you're going through something, you know what I mean, and you need a voice, you know what I mean, I don't mind being a voice for the voiceless. I know what it's like. So and also, everything here, I want to develop a situation where we are friends, you know, and everybody's opinion is respected. Even if you disagree, we are here to hear you out, as long as you can articulate it logically without screaming and cussing and being disrespectful. It can be heard. So if anybody else want to come up, just go ahead and hit the link. If not, I'm gonna close it out at 11:10. If no one else wants to come up. And I also want to I'm glad that Rosalind is here, especially because I seen one of her comments and I think I feel justified. We both feel justified in what we did in the last week or so by coming forward to just express Starmarie's humanity to the public. Giving explanation of what may have happened and what didn't happen. Because we got people like Rosalind who see the logic behind it, and I'm glad that you were able to see the human aspects of my friend, and and the thing is, if she didn't express it tonight, she's very happy that people are starting to recognize that human aspect of her, because that
And
was
I want to
mm.
piggyback off you. Go ahead, but wait, before you
No,
go
but you
ahead.
go ahead, you go ahead, go ahead, you got it.
No, I was gonna wait till you finish, but
Mm.
again, like I told you guys, I really, 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 really am appreciative. And it's bigger than playing victim at this point. For me it is. Like I told y'all, I'm not a drama filled woman. I'm not used to drama like that. So all the cursing and going off that I did, even me with the African outfit on, going to Chicago and screaming all that stuff out. Like I said, I felt like a cat in a corner, and I just didn't really know how to handle myself. I think that I could have been better at the way that I approached the entire situation at its entirety 4 years ago, even now, looking back and after getting my therapy and going through stuff, because I don't want to be one of the people, oh, she's blaming it on mental health, so we could feel sorry for her. No, it's not that I'm blaming it on mental health, so y'all can feel sorry for me. It's just that I have never these these people came and attacked me from all four corners, and I didn't even see it coming. They just boom. You know what I mean? And then not only did they all just boom on the outside, but they also boomed in the shadows as well. Like they were doing things to me that I couldn't even articulate to people without sounding crazy. So I was just reactive. I was doing a lot of reacting and not enough thinking, not enough calming down. And the reason why I hop on my medical doctors and stuff is because my medical doctors was like, listen, shut up. Just shut up. Just shut up and fall back. Shut up, Star, and fall back. So what they're saying is so what they're saying that just shut up and fall back. And one of the reasons why Octavius came out a week ago is because Tasha K did call me. She gave me a phone call. And she called me twice, and she was calling me saying that she couldn't find me and giving me compliments and all this stuff and everything. And it just kind of raised the brow. And then 2 days later, by coincidence, the reporter says, oh, Starmarie, they only knew Starmarie for 2 weeks, and she stopped her from getting jumped because she stole her money. And my parents is like, why are they bringing you back up? Like, after 4 years, you've been quiet, you've been in the cut, you've been minding your business. What is this about? So, just in Octavius's defense, and I'm a bit tired. In their defense, they just wanted to get my story out now, because it's like, okay, now y'all just chastising the girl. Y'all already blackballed her. Y'all already got the whole world not liking her. You already stopped her from getting jobs. You already made her look crazy. Why are you still bringing her up after 4 years? She don't bother with nobody. She's not bothering with anybody. So I guess they had to explain my side, because I guess the other side, they may or may have not realized the type of trauma that they have bestowed upon me, for me to even be as reactive as I was either, in their defense. Because I mean, I don't one thing I don't like, and it's against God, because everybody's going through their tribulations at different times. We're all going through our own tribulations. What we don't want to do as a people, because that brings bad karma, is play victim. And what I don't ever want you guys to think, especially my supporters, to ever think that y'all would support a person that will be out here playing victim. The only thing I could tell you guys is the honest God truth. I just didn't know how to handle myself, because I really wasn't used to what came at me. You know what I'm saying? I had one guy making people think I was fatal attraction, doing voodoo for him. I had another girl making people think I'm a hater and jealous of her. I've never been jealous of any female in my entire life. Even when I was insecure, if anything, I would always want to be like somebody else, or I would always look up to somebody else, or always try to get pointers from other girls. I don't even know what being envious of someone's success even feels like. So that in itself, it was just like, what the hell is this? Like even in the song where I said I'm the hex and the root, I didn't mean that I'm the hex. I said I know you fixing while I'm dissing, but I'm the hex and the root, meaning that I'm grounded, I'm in nature. Me saying that I'm the hex and the root didn't mean that I'm doing voodoo. It meant that I'm in nature already. So while you fixing to do me, while you're fixing voodoo upon me or any type of evil eye on me, I'm grounded in nature. That's what that bar meant. But I feel like a lot of people took a lot of the stuff that I said out of content. They keep bringing up the graveyard thing. Oh, but you did it in the graveyard. Let the dead bury the dead. You disrespecting the dead. I didn't disrespect no dead. The dead communicates with me. I don't want to talk to y'all about that because, like, again, I don't want to sound delusional or I don't want to sound delusional. I don't want to sound like a paranormal. So I'm trying my best not to put my gifts on Front Street either, because I do believe that I am an empathic oracle. I do believe that I see things that other people don't see. I do believe that I do have a very strong third eye. I do believe that I do astral project without trying to naturally. I do believe these things about me. But that could be crazy to somebody else listening to that. So we don't want to get into that. But I want y'all to know that I'm not playing victim. I just didn't know. I just didn't know how to react at the time. I just really didn't. I just got attacked and I was just cat fighting the best way I could. That's basically.
How do you feel about me championing your cause last week and going on the channels?
Well, like I said, the most healthiest part of me, especially when I was sick, the most healthiest part of me that I could find was becoming your friend. Because around the time when I became your friend, I was very, very, very sick. I was down bad. And it took a lot of parts to dig through to find it in my heart to make you a friend. I do believe that you are and have been an angel sent from God for me, Octavia. So, how do I feel about you, champion? What I'm going to say, and not to take anything from you or any valor from you or any heroism from you, but I think that you did the right thing. I think that you did what a human is supposed to do for another human. I think that even if you didn't know me and you knew the story, that is your duty as a fellow human to step up to the plate. I think I would have done the same for anybody, not just me. I think that if I was a stranger to you, you didn't know me from a can of paint, and you seen the type of abuse that was being ran on me, I think that as a human being, I think that you serve God well. I think that you serve humanity well, because there's no way that any good, pure human in their right mind would sit up there and just watch a single mom who's crying online, telling people, "Hey, I've been in homeless shelters. I don't have this. I don't have that. I don't have family." Just being vilified left and right for something as small as talking about a cold sore. I mean, and not even small as talking about a cold sore, but in trauma, talking about a cold sore. So this right here will tell you that these people literally took an inch into a mile and was creating drama just for the hell of it, because they was just bullying me. They seen an easy target and they got bloodthirsty and they just wanted to vilify me. I have never said anybody had herpes on their vagina.
We don't want to go into that. Like, we done with that.
Okay, but okay,
Yeah.
all right. But I'm just
Yeah.
saying, I've never been with a woman sexually. I've never seen another woman's vagina. I have a son. I don't even have a daughter. Like, my mom's never showed me her vagina. I've never seen my grandma's vagina. When I go to the strip club, ain't nobody cocking their legs up for me to see. Like, I don't even. They're what off of what basis? Like, I've never had any conversation with anybody about their medical or doctor's bills. So for that to be pinned on me, I feel like that's a part of defamation of character as well, because you're telling the world that I said that you have an STD when that is not what I said.
Yeah,
And
I mean
especially
it.
if I don't know the
I
fact.
mean, but it's something that's like, I think the public understands now. You know all the dynamics of that situation, and we really don't owe them any more explanation on it. You know what I mean? Because the other party, the only party that has somewhat came forward and gave any form of apology about that is you at this point, and no one else. So until that happens, you know what I mean, there's really no need to go further with any form of explanations about um because no one came forward to say sorry about being violent towards you. So until that happens, then we don't really owe anybody else any other thing. You're the only person that has said anything of any form of apology of any form at this point. So I think that's pretty much done. And the thing is, it's equal, because just because a person is a celebrity, it doesn't mean that
They
they can.
even look, they even no, but you know what's crazy? If y'all look at the YouTube videos, I'm not trying to
Mhm.
say it like that, but all of y'all on here, if y'all look at the YouTube pictures of me, they actually have I look like a crackhead on YouTube. I be looking at those pictures, I'm like, yeah. And then they called me a crackhead. I've never taken crack a day in my life. I'm like,
Yeah.
and I literally like when I be looking at the pictures of me on like Nikki Knight and all of those little blogger pictures, and I'm like, why they got me looking like
Well,
that?
no,
That's
Nick had a
weird.
good picture. No, Nick had a
Oh, Nick got it.
yeah,
I'm not saying,
yeah,
oh, Nick
that
got a new picture of me. Okay, but I'm just saying,
the latest one. Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
like,
the
why
latest
they
one
got
she
me
got.
looking so ugly online? Damn.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
but it's crazy because the people really think I look like some crazy single white female chick. I'm just like,
Hmm.
this is crazy. But you know, like I said, I love you so much, and I'm really thankful.
Yeah, I love you too.
Mhm.
And on that note, we're gonna go ahead and close it out. I appreciate everybody coming out and being a part of this. Storytelling. At some point, Star will write a book on this and on her journeys and go in more details, and names will be dropped in the book. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Also, you got a cooking channel coming up. We're gonna be cooking
Yes,
on
no,
here. Yeah.
I definitely have a cooking channel coming. It's coming
Hmm.
after April. So if y'all looking for it tomorrow, it's not. It's coming. The kitchen is being built right now. I
Hmm.
designed it myself, so I don't want to tell y'all too much, but I designed my own kitchen myself, and I'm doing it for free. I just want to teach my sisters, my grassroots sisters, how to eat for everything, not just to lose weight, not just for good skin, not just to grow your hair, just for overall stuff. And what I want to do is, what I want to do with the kitchen is, I want to cook a different meal every single day, and y'all cook along with me. And then what happens is, what we'll do is, after I cook a day, then we'll start, once I have like a good following for like a good 2 months, we'll take turns and create the same meals, and then we'll explain all the little nutrients and nutrition stuff that we're putting in there and what they do for the body. It's gonna be nice. Like I have it really written out really beautifully. It's a very, very good plan. There's a lot of kitchen shows out here, but I bar none like the one that I'm coming up with, and I can't wait to bring it to the forefront. I can't wait to bring this idea to y'all. I swear, ladies, y'all are gonna love it, and we are going to change the game. I promise y'all. If I haven't promised y'all nothing else, I promise you all that this kitchen show that I have coming up, we're gonna change the game, and I'm gonna need us. I'm gonna need you guys just as much as me as a collective, because we're gonna. I want all of us to. I want it to be a interactive thing. Next thing you know, it won't just be Star's kitchen. It'll be Angelina's kitchen. Next thing you know, it'll be um Angelica's kitchen or Rosalind's kitchen. But we're all learning from each other and just piggybacking because I don't one thing about me, I am a Christian 125%, okay? And I don't have any problems if I ever say something that y'all like that's dope, or I ever wear something that y'all like that's dope, you can copy it and never give me credit or never say you got it from me, whatever makes you feel good about yourself, honey. I love to show others how to be their better self. And I love others to show me how to be my better self. Because everything that I'm giving you all, I got from somebody else or somebody gave to me. So it would not be fair for me to say, oh, how she copying over me? That was my idea. No. King Solomon said it best. There's nothing new under the sun. Everything that is done today was done yesterday. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell y'all something right now. A lot of people are always talking about money this and money that and money. Well, you didn't get paid for this and you didn't get paid for that. And but the thing is that God pays me. I'm a woman of God. God got me in the back end. If I don't get it in the front end, which I wanted in the front end, but if I God already know if I get in the front end, I'm gonna go do nothing but pay for more education and teach more people. That's all I'm gonna spend the money on. So I mean,
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. But God pays me for my duty. When I teach other people or when I help other people, I put other people on, it makes me feel like I'm giving up tithes. Like people like, you don't get tired of, or she gonna run out of this or run out. I'm not gonna run out of ideas because I channel from the heavens. Like Miss Barbara said earlier, people like me, we channel from the heavens. We get information from the ancestors to share with our people. So hopefully my kitchen channel and my construction and my idea will turn into 20, 30, 40 more channels like that. And it'll just be like the trees, we're all interconnected. So
Mm-hmm.
definitely. And I'm also doing a recipe book. It's called The Whole Diet. Maybe I will change the name. Y'all are inspiring me, but it was called The Whole Diet. That's what I was naming it. And the only reason why I was naming it The Whole Diet is not because I wanted whole attention. I just wanted girls that come from humble beginnings or Tyronia's backgrounds to feel comfortable about opening my book and getting my information. Because a lot of
Mm-hmm.
times, the way that we name our books and the way that we name our shows and our titles, we separate ourselves from people who really need the help. So I was going to name my book the whole book, The Whole Diet, so that I'm not separating myself from prostitutes and from women who are strippers or from hood boogers. I don't want to separate myself from them because they need more help than probably all of us grassroots ladies need help. You
Yeah.
know, so
Yeah. Well, I want to thank all the new subs that came in today. Miss Rosalind, Miss Barbara, Miss Patsy, Refuse to Lose. I seen you here the last time. Yeah, everybody that's new, I hope we can start like a community of friends, who have their opinions, and it's no thus saith Octavius or thus saith Star over here. We want to hear your mind. So for those who have channels, go ahead and drop your links. I'm gonna close out in the next 5 minutes or so. We got Drika. How you doing, Drika?
hi Drika.
Mm-hmm. How you doing? Yeah, Drika's here. I seen that over at Sincere Saida's channel. For you ladies, Sincere Saida got that game for you. I love her perspective. So, just go to a channel and sub and like. Same thing with Angelica. She also sells some of the natural soaps and things of that nature. And my co-host Bit Todd, she's going to be doing some of the more political videos moving forward. Um, we got backtracked with this whole ordeal. We was getting more into some talking about some of the ADOS stuff in history, but we're not here to disparage anybody from any other part of the country. So a part of the world or the country, you know. So yeah, we also have Nikwa B here. A great sister of mine I met on YouTube, and just being when I was going through my ordeals, you know, when I first came to YouTube, Nika was there to speak up for me when I was going through adversity. So, everybody Make sure y'all drop y'all links. I'm gonna give y'all like next 5 minutes to drop your links so that y'all can start a community on your own. Inspired by my friend Star, and I'm glad that Star's bringing us together a new community online. And it's mainly women here. We want to get some brothers here too. Um, but it'll grow in time. And also myself. Um, I wanted to just say this to Sean Davey. I didn't really know of him that well. I did see his criticism of my channel. He talked about have anime and all that kind of stuff. And I just want to explain that to everyone. Even to him. My channel was really like a digital dumping ground. I really wasn't inspired to be a podcaster, YouTuber like that. And I think Charisma said it, the blogger, she said it that, Star's my friend. So for her coming on here at the time, it wasn't necessarily like me being a blogger like that, but it was just because the thing is I knew Star personally, and Star trusted me to actually help her through getting it all out that day. You know what I'm saying? Which she did, and I'm glad I'm glad the live turned out the way it did
It's a
because she
painting.
actually
No, go ahead. I was just telling somebody it's a painting. Go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that y'all subscribe to Sincere Saida. Go ahead and hit the link and sub, and go over there. And when I'm not live, she goes live a lot times more often than I do, and she will give you a platform to voice your opinion un unfiltered. You know what I mean? That's one thing I like about her channel. So make sure y'all go over there. Um, if anybody else want to drop their links too. But yeah, so we have so much that we're gonna be doing moving forward. And yeah, so let me get back to Sean Davis. Yeah. So the thing is, yeah, I'm gonna start taking, and I appreciate his criticism through roasting, and I'm gonna start taking this YouTube thing a whole lot more seriously because I really didn't. It's really about me getting on here, speaking my mind sometimes, and doing a little roasting too of my ops or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Having a little fun doing that. But I will start taking it a whole lot more seriously. And like Charisma said, Star was my friend. So, you know, I guess she wanted credit for being the first blogger to repost this. And, if she was, congratulations on that. Um, and she's been nice to be behind the scenes on Instagram. Same thing with Nick at Night and other bloggers I've come in contact with, especially also give a special shout out to Conscious TV. The first time we met wasn't on the best terms at all. I was accused of something, that I didn't do, but we got past that, and I trusted him because of that acquaintance to have me on the show. And he reached out to me, had me on the show twice, and it turned out beautiful for me and Star. The people understood what the truth of Star's issues with that ordeal. And I'm glad that even the negative thing that brought us together happened. So I want to give a special shout out to Conscious TV, especially. Um, and the thing is, I probably would have never even known him if it wasn't for one of my enemies. That's just the truth. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, best special shout out to you, brother, for giving me a voice and a platform again to speak my truth for my friend and champion her cause. And if I feel like any one of you all out there are being disparaged and being bullied online, you know, those who know me, who've seen me online for this past since August, I'll speak up for the truth if I feel like you're being wrong, regardless. So everyone see the links in the chat. Make sure y'all link up and y'all work with each other, y'all connect with each other. It's a lot of sisters here, so y'all can create a sisterhood here, which has been inspired by my friend Star. And I'm glad that, we're working together to bring such a positive community. This was a positive show, There's a lot of dark things talked about within the show, but in essence, we're talking about helping Black people get houses or inspiring sisters, what I'm saying, to to let them know they can is a better life after dancing or being part of the sex industry or whatnot. And Star is proof of that. So, you know, I know people may want to criticize, but in the end, this was all positive. And even the community that we are creating is positive too. And um even the people I've met and within the past 10 days or so, it's all been positive, you know. And this is really a frequency that me and Star want to bring to you guys, and also my co-host a bit Todd when we start talking about more political issues. We're gonna bring that, and I hope Miss Barbara comes along and chime in when a bit Todd goes in because I think their political views are very, very, very much similar. So y'all be on the lookout for that. I'm gonna work with my co-host, and you know, this is just as much Star Channel as it is mine. So I just want to let everybody know that too. So I
Yes,
appreciate
because I
everybody.
will. I don't know if Octavius told y'all, but I will be putting my cooking channel on his channel. So
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do my own channel for my own reasons. So I'm going to my cooking shows are going to be on his channel.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just gonna have them here.
Yeah. She's gonna have the link to the restream, and she's gonna be uploading things on her own. And
Yes,
yeah,
exactly right. There you
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate everybody coming out. I think I held y'all long enough. It's been 3 hours now, and I appreciate all you guys coming out and creating this community of friends. And I love you all, and hope to see you soon. Please like and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Thank you so much.